right, good evening, builders. We're back with some more Ascend from Nin Mountains. We had quite the eventful stream yesterday. We had a weird encoder crash on my end. I don't know if that was game related or if that was system related. I've just done some updates and whatnot just to hopefully make sure that we don't have a repeat of that. Other than that, we made our breakthrough and we got up to key condensating realm, which is quite a big jump in stats from what we had before. We are currently in early and probably should look at seeing if we can break through the middle before we really get going tonight. In fact, that might be our first lookup. I might even just buy the first pill if we need to. Quest wise, we have also moved that along. We are up to use the key to open a mystical realm. So we have a whole new area of the map that we can travel to. This should be open to us, whereas it was locked before. So we will have to give that an explore. Beyond those, they want us to go deeper in the mine, which we could. We could go check that next area out. P-Lip needed another one of those golden items that we got for our breakthrough to make his, and I'm sure our other friends would need the same. So that is also an option. I need to do this clothing blank. I probably should just do that but while we're out and about. Yeah, this is picking up flowers. So hopefully... Yeah, 0 days. Let's go pick up the flowers first. I was gonna say, I want to make sure that we do this before we get too deep in here. Hey, Night Ninja, how are you? Go ahead and grab what we have here. That was not much. Okay, let's queue up what we can. So we have our next set. I don't know exactly what we're gonna need, but we should probably just assume that we're gonna need the new stuff. Infused dirt. Dirt infused with a key, a byproduct of soil enhancing process utilized by many key condensation cultivators. Though it's of little use for growing alchemical herbs, it acts as a fantastic fertilizer for a variety of household plants. Well, there you go. And then to queue that up, quite a few of them. We have 16 slots remaining. I'm not going to try to grow any of the spirit fruits yet. Jinking flower. Okay, let's make a couple of those. Actually, I guess those are what we're going to use up our current. And then we'll switch over to this. So we would have 13. Not enough to do that, unfortunately. All right, that is what I can queue up. No, you're going to let me do that again. Okay, cool. There we go. We'll have it prepped up when we come back next time. Okay, let's hop out of there. Let's travel. We're definitely not using the transport seal. I'm so gonna click that at some point. I really hope that adds a confirmation. Also, one other thing, just while I'm thinking about it, I did note that in game settings, under graphics, we don't have a FPS limit. I think that would be really nice. I don't have an easy way to see what this game is doing, but I have a sneaky suspicion that my card's rendering like 250 frames a second. Normally when I stream, I limit it to 60 because there's no point in me rendering all those extra frames. That may just tangentially be related to that crash we had last night. I don't know. I couldn't hunt that down any further, but just food for thought. Well, if anyone else is having that issue, which is pretty unlikely because I'm in a specific circumstance here, but I just thought that was weird that we don't have any kind of limiting factor. This is my only setting, high, medium, low. I do wish I just had a VSync or a limit, a frame rate limit. Just food for thought. Have I updated my stances? No, I haven't. We need to do that too. Let's get the pill done first if I have enough key. You're simply minding your own business when a sneering voice comes from my... This guy. All right, well, at least he hasn't broken through. So even though I haven't updated my stance, nor has he. All right. Oh, we get to see some other graphics at least. I really like the one when we hit him. Yeah, I need to do that. Of course we get ambushed. Of course. I'd be disappointed if we didn't, frankly. Is this dude ever gonna learn his lesson, or are we just gonna have to beat him into the ground for like the rest of his life? Blap blap. Okay, well that was a bit of a difference there. His strikes are weak, his technique unfocused, pitifully so. Something about your advancement has rattled him to the point of a breakdown. It takes barely any effort for you to beat him down, sending him collapsing to the ground, gasping heavily. No, 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 no. This can't be, it can't. He struggles to push himself to his feet, but merely ends up convulsing back on the ground instead. I'm very tempted to just kick him while he's down. All right, we'll try. We'll give him one chance. We'll try. Like, look, dude, I'm better than you. Just leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. That'll work for us. He's not gonna let me. Despite all of his torments, you can't help but pity the broken man before you. Stepping forward, you go to help him to his feet. Don't touch me, he yelps, flinching away from your hand before scrambling to pull something from his robe, an item that glints in the light. Suddenly, something slams down between you, a flying sword, embedding itself deep in the ground. Then a figure wrapped in lightning lands beside it, arms outstretched. That's enough. You continue this any further and you'll both receive punishment from the sect, Lu Gian says. Raising his hand, he unleashes a gale that pushes you back a step and slams Xiaoqi back down into the ground. Brother, Silence. You've humiliated the family enough with this pointless feud. You've been summoned home. In fact, I have been ordered to take you back myself. I didn't... Silence. Lu Gian's words are punctuated by another blast of wind that sends Xiaoqi down to the hard floor. Turning to you, he narrows his eyes. I expect this to be the end of it. Am I understood? Then he grabs Xiaoqi's unresisting form, shoves him onto his flying sword, and shoots away. Yeah, that was literally all him. I had literally nothing to do with that. All right, well, back on task here. Middle. Am I not? 6,100. Have enough. We put that there. We don't have a vessel. I don't think that's actually what I want to be doing. Okay, let's look and see if we can A, craft, or B, buy. We need a rank 3 bottleneck pill. We don't have greater spirit grass. We don't. Okay, let's see if we can just buy one. I would just like the power boost now, and it's going to be a while before we can do any of that stuff. So bottleneck pill 3, we need 16,000. Okay, let's scrounge that up before we get too deep. Let's go fix our stances before we get ambushed again. Mortals by far the worst. Yeah, they always are in these games. Okay, I'm just trying to think what the easiest way to do this is. I guess we just start at the top and work our way through. Okay, so this may not even have to be, yeah, I was gonna say, this may not even have to be our opener anymore. We could open with Dayspring. Requires no moonlight. That does hit hard. All right, let's try doing this route. So if we opened with that, we can only use 1 of 1. We have to have no moonlight. So we need to be in sun to come back into this mode. All right, so we gain 2 stacks of sunlight. Okay, then that would add 1 sunlight. That doesn't add any. Requires at least 1, goes to moon. Requires 1, gain a stack and do some damage. Sure. So now we're at 3 stacks almost instantly. Okay, requires 1 stack, does 4.7k, go into moonlight, deal 12k, and gain a stack of solar. That would be better. In fact, we might want to do that before this. So let's do that one first, and then that one. No, never mind. That changes us. Okay, do that. Okay, that takes us over into moonlight. It shows results now. Oh yeah, I have turned on a couple of the optional things in the menu. Okay, so that puts us in the moonlight. Gain 1 stack of lunar and 1 stack of moonlight. Convert sunlight to moonlight. I don't really want to do that right here if I can help it. either one is fine, I suppose. That would take us out. Okay, that would give us an extra stack and do some damage. Where is my shield, though? And then we end the stance by going in back to sunlight and gain barrier. Okay, so this would actually be self-contained. I could just run through this again. Assuming that opener... Yeah, just must be the first technique. So we could just run this over and over again if we wanted to. Okay, so we leave this stance in sunlight. Okay. Then let's do a different stance here. So for this one, we would start in sunlight, and let's say we wanted to get into moon. Let's just see what we would do here. So we would probably start with a moonlight. We would gain a stack of lunar attunement and a stack of moonlight. All sunlight into moonlight. And then we would want to add a stack of moonlight. We could do some damage, or we could do some barrier. Probably the barrier. That takes us to sunlight. And then I think we blap them with this one, and that takes us back to moonlight. And then I probably want to go back to sunlight. 9k. Or some more barrier. Probably 9k. So I can do just straight ones if I want, or I could do 1-2 like I was doing before. 1-2, I think. Well, they both basically end up. No, this one I think does raise us a little quicker. Okay, then we need a heal one. So we're gonna be in sunlight at the end of both of these. So maybe this realm, we just stay in sunlight as our opening move for everything. So if we were in sunlight already, we could do a day spring. In fact, we could have done hang on, we could have done day spring here. No, but I wanted a way to raise lunar attunement. Yeah, so no to that. Okay, this one needs to be our healing one. So we have no moonlight. We do hard hitting damage. We gain some extra sunlight. Yeah, I don't know if I like that one. Our debuff would be nice to get out. Okay, so we're in sunlight currently. We would need to be in moonlight. If we're in sun... Yeah, we have to hit him hard. Where's my heal here? Okay, hang on. Don't do that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something here. No, I don't think I am. Do my heal. Requires at least one stack of sunlight. That takes us into moonlight. I think we just do our barrier, go back to sunlight, heal again, and barrier again. So this is going to be just, well, a huge amount of healing and barrier gain. Okay. And then we want one more. And this one is going to be our finisher. We'll see if we actually use our finisher. I don't like the idea of losing all my stacks. That seems very sketch to me. Okay, so we're in sunlight. We're in sunlight. I think we use our Heavenly Blast. That takes us to moonlight. I want to get some moon chill out. That takes us back to sunlight. I want to use my finisher here. Yeah, this can be either one. Yeah, back to moonlight, and then we blast. So this does end us in moonlight. The buff from sunlight and moonlight caps at 20, so you can use the stance to finish whenever either is over 20. Yeah, most of my fights we seem to end at about 16-ish. So that would make sense. All right, let's try this. I don't think this is 100% optimized, but that's okay. All right, so same as we had before. I can spam 1 if I want now. I can do 1, 2 if I want to build up both the lunar and solar attunement. I have 3 for shields and heals, a lot more healing than we had before. And then my number 4 is quote unquote a finisher, although it also does have my debuff in there too. So if we ever got to a point where we really wanted that, we could do that. Okay, fixed. Next. We could get some missions from here if anything's interesting. Okay, not really. And Disciple Seal. Okay, well, an Awakened Boulder might be interesting for a culling. And use one of our Awakened Bowlings. Yeah, we'll take that. I think we're going to zip over to the Observatory and we'll do their missions. They just seem to be so much more rewarding. And if we're going to leave anyways, let's teach you something we know. There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. And we may as well team up. No reason not to. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go earn some cash all the way over at Falling Star. I probably should have checked our calendar before we zoomed off. Okay, we got a couple months. Okay, enter. A familiar voice calls out as you're walking. You turn and find P-Lip heading towards you. Hey, Xiaoqi, do you have a moment? Sure. You want to make a brutal fist robe. All right, yeah, we've made those before. All right, now I need to like completely reboot my brain into crafting mode. Okay, gentle stabilize. We have a harmonious bang. We have double balanced into an intensity. All right, let's get our delayed and delayed going. We have another harmonious. I don't think we're gonna need that, so let's just get the quality here. Boink. 37. Yeah, easy peasy. We did a lot of crafting and did a lot to up our crafting stats last time. There you go, friend. Yep, no problem. Yep, enjoy. Okay, Twisted Xiaosong. Sure. Twisted Toheti, sure. Twisted Yongzong. I have literally no idea how hard any of these things are, so we shall see. All right, where are these? Twisted Toheti. All right. Now then, okay, both of them down here. Easy peasy, sure. Although, big travel times. Sleek and silent, the only warning is the fluctuating key that's yet to stabilize. The Toheti reacts to your gaze and attacks you, barely giving you an opportunity to defend. You should be a realm above them. Yeah, it looks like. I just didn't recognize the names. I'll be honest, I'm not going to remember these names very well. That's just the way it's going to be. Only a few of them I'll probably be able to remember. Okay, let's see how our new stances go. So our new number 1. Okay, so from round 1, we end with 4 sunlight. So that's already a 20% attack buff. We have 1 solar attunement, which takes us up to 25%. And that's not from that. Okay, then let's do a number 2. Maybe we can build up fast enough that might be more viable. All right, so the end of round 2, we have 6 sunlight, 2 solar, and a lunar. That actually makes sense. Oh no, I guess this one is 50 and 100. These are the ones that are different. So really, okay, that's interesting. So I could go back to a number 1, or I could spam number 2. If I do number 2 again, that evens up my lunar attunement. Very interesting. And we're back to sun. We could do a number 1 if we wanted. I just want to make sure we don't have any like oopsies in our scripting. That looks fine. I'm liking the stacking. We're not getting the debuff out though. That is the one thing I am noticing, which makes sense. We have the debuff in our other one. Well, in fairness, you have reached your stack capacity a few times. The buff from sunlight and moonlight counts at 20. I'm just catching up here. You have to advance to the Star Chaser rank to access... Oh, I see. Do I need to actually talk to somebody there? Can you try to show the auto battle? I assume it's... I would need to set the rules for my stances. It'll literally just auto battle though. I mean, there's not a lot to it. Yeah, I do not have them set up. I kind of like pushing a button. So I have a mouse that has buttons on the side, like an MMO mouse. And so that's what I'm pushing on there. Okay, so easy peasy. We'll have to run back to the observatory. I didn't realize I had to manually raise in rank, but that's okay. We'll just rip through these pretty quick. Oh, look at that little guy. Look how happy he is. A twisted Xiaoqi. Now you get their hearts max and you do an event like it's a champion. Okay. After seeing they added the animation, I want to play the game if it works nice, and seeing my character killing enemies by themselves. Okay, I'll tell you what. Just for you, I'll fiddle with it after this fight. We'll try it for the next one. I do think that, like I said yesterday, I still think there's a little tweaking needed here. Like, it goes through a little fast. We are on normal combat speed. You could make it, I mean, you could make it instant, but you could make it a lot faster. I feel like it's a little like flashy as it's switching between stances, but I don't know how to fix that because I don't think you would want to slow it down. I think this as a normal speed is pretty good. It gives me a second to process what I'm seeing while keeping the fight moving at quite a little clip here. I think most of the hardcore players probably have it on instant if I had to guess. And I guess if I was just straight up grinding, which I don't really do a lot of anymore, now that I understand the game better, there's not a lot of point in just straight grinding. And these missions where we kill specific things mean I don't have to go randomly looking for the creature we want to fight. You're still getting the twisted parts. Yeah, it's not a big deal. We still get the spirit stones. We still get the twisted parts. The sect reputation's what I'm actually after. It's fine. Yeah, we did not upgrade our artifact. We were hoping to use a mine one, and we do have one scrap. So, I mean, maybe we could hit the mine again, just burn out the rest of our flares, and see if we maybe get lucky. We'll use stream Crown and Adventure. That is the plan. I believe, I'm gonna have to check time zones and whatnot. I believe it goes into early access on Thursday. Thursday is normally not my stream day, but I think we're gonna bonus stream. So it's gonna be a rough week for Babel. It's gonna be, Wednesday is the launch of, again, I gotta check time zones, but I believe Wednesday is the launch of Zero Chaos Nightmare. I'm gonna play that at least a little bit. We'll probably try to get through at least the launch story, and then we'll see what my feelings are on the game. Thursday, I believe, is Crown and Adventure, and I do want to do something on that. I don't know if I'm going to keep that as a stream game, or maybe I'll do a Let's Play of it. I don't think I can do both Ascend from Nine Mountains and that at the same time streaming, because I can only stream a few times a week. So probably one of them will become a series, and one of them will be a stream. I don't know which is which. And then Friday, of course, we have Dominions. It's the new Ghost Moose Nation, so that should be a pretty fun one too. So it's going to be a really busy week. You're using 1,000-year armor from the mine, but only have one that opens up. Yeah, I'm in the same spot, Wolf. Okay, let's see about the auto combat. I'll see if I can get that set up here. So to do that, I do vaguely know we need to add rules here. Yeah, so opener do first. I guess it's just gonna decide do second. I don't know what that is. Okay, so this is my healing one. Conditional win. Health is less than 50%. That sounds like a fine rule. Sure. And then Raging Star. Condition win. Oop, nope, not that one. Conditional win. Let's just try the logic here. When Moonlight is equal to 20. So if we were using the actual finisher move, that is when you would want to trigger it. This seems very robust. If you want to cycle stances 1 and 2, you want them cycle 1 and cycle 2. I see. Okay, let's do that actually, because I do actually want that. We could have an actual opener, I assume, and then we could do that. So cycle position 1, cycle position 2. Okay. I would use greater. I don't think we can go to greater than 20 stacks though. Somebody said Moonlight caps out at 20. That's fine. I don't plan on really doing tons of auto. I'm just doing it because somebody asked. I also need to go look and see what the button is to turn it on. I legitimately have not been using it. We want... No. Combat. B is for auto battle. Okay. B for auto battle. The stacks go above 20, but the effect is at 20. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I'm not planning on keeping using this. Let's just do it here, and we're not going to get there. We're going to kill the guy before we get to 20 anyways. Okay, B for auto battle. All right. Shu Sara, this one's for you. We may actually get to half HP, and we'll get to see if it actually smartly switches over and uses our... I will say, this is probably the worst cultivation technique to do this on, because we need to be in a certain stance to do our heal. Okay, it did do it. Other ones, you don't have this flipping buff thing. There's different mechanics for different cultivation techniques. And the fact that it's doing this just fine is actually pretty good. It should do the Healy one again? Yeah. Now the only problem here is, are you just gonna keep getting banged below? We did just keep getting banged below. We should have killed him and not been healing like that. That's fine. So, you would have to refine that a bit better. That fight, we needed to do damage and not let him stack, but that's fine. Okay, let's heal on the way back to turn in what we have. What a scenic and comfortable village. I've seen plenty of places that have it worse than others, so it's nice to see a place like this. And it seems the villagers aren't leery of our presence, probably thanks to Nin Mountain Sect being close enough to provide aid. You grew up in a great place, Xiaoqi. With a complex look on P-Lip's face, somewhat wistful and a hint of grief, you continue forward as you were. Okay, I came here to heal. I'm out of oh, I don't have any recuperation. 3 pills. I don't suppose I have... Of course I don't have that. Okay, well, that's a little bit of an oof. 18 days to heal? It might be faster just to fly to the sect. Alright. I'm gonna just fly to the sect here. And we're gonna have to learn that recipe, or buy. A familiar voice calls out to you. You find P-Lip. Sure. You want me to craft an armor blank. All right. I mean, if nothing else, this does continue to seem to give +1 crafting skill. So this is a way to just grind crafting skill for free, since I don't have to provide the materials. So it's not the end of the world. Me and my scatterbrain struggle to do it, though, while I'm streaming. Okay, I need to do 2 fusions if I can. I'm trying to remember to use our Outer World Invasion Cauldron effect here. We will do a cycling fusion, simple refine, a simple refine, a harmonious fusion takes us back up to 2. We're done. I think we just blitz it down. There you go, buddy. Yeah, +1 craft skill. Normally, if you craft the same thing over and over, I don't believe you get any skill. So, like I said, this is a way we can just kind of grind that for freeze. And it gives him approval. Oh, wow, perfect result. There you go. Yep. No problem, friend. Okay, crafting hall. Do you have anybody who wants to craft tier 3 rejuvenation? No. All right, I need that recipe. Tier 3 rejuvenation. Regeneration. Recuperation. Buy it. All right, by chance, am I going to have the stuff that we need to actually make one, though? I need to go into my inventory and use it. I'm not sure there's a ton of value by making me go and actually use recipes. I kind of wish we would just auto-learn them. Where is my recipe? Oh, it's not under pills. That one, the ones from here are auto-learned. It's the ones that we buy from, I guess, here that don't get auto-learned. Whatever. It's not a pill, it's a recuperation. Again, to me, this is a pill. That just seems weird. It's fine. I guess you could also have a nesting system in here where we could have folders and the recuperation would be a folder within this UI. Again, it's not a big deal. Just not the way my brain works. I do a lot of Google Sheets and Excel and file structures for work, so my brain is always in that mode, unfortunately. All right, we need greater spirit grass. That is unfortunate. We also need some Jenkane distillation. A distillation of the energies of the Jenkane flower. Though still containing some of the chaotic potency of its source exhibits, this fluid is far more manageable. Okay, I don't have that recipe either. Jenkane. Is that something I get here? It is. Okay, give me that one too. What do we need for that? That's gonna be a material? Yep. Okay, yep. My brain's shifting over modes. Okay, so we need some Jenkane flour and some gold glass distillation. This is getting complicated. Okay, gold glass distillation. Yep. All I wanted to do was buy a breakthrough pill. All I wanted to do. All right, you need gold sand. So we need gold sand, Jenkane flour, and greater spirit grass. Let's see if we can buy any of that. Okay, we can buy the distillation. We can't buy the lesser stuff. Okay, so I believe we need 3 of these for a craft. Let's buy 2 crafts worth. I don't remember how much of this we need, but we'll just buy it out. Yes. Okay. Okay. Furnace. All right, so we need... Okay, I actually bought extras. That's fine. All right, so this recipe is going to make us 3 or 6 of that. And with 3 or 6 of that... Oh, we don't... Wait, I didn't buy greater spirit grass? Did they not have any for sale? Okay, I'm just... Sure, whatever. Give it to me. Okay. Okay, so we need this guy first. Do it. All right, 1,900 is going to be pretty hard for me to achieve. I think we're going to pop an intensity pill here right off the bat. Luckily, the bonus is for intensity. Okay, so let's do a gentle stabilize, an intensity pill, harmonious fusion. That is going to be relatively hard for us to complete. Let's go ahead and get the delayed fusion, delayed refine. Now this one gives us extra intensity. Let's do that. That's one I hardly ever use. We'll do a harmonious intensity. Oh, and we'll crit for all of it. Okay. Well, no, we crit on that and we had our delayed go off. Okay, that's fine. We're actually in better shape than I thought we were. But I do credit that to the potion I took. So that's totally fine. Okay, we're gonna have a fusion and resistance. We could use our resistance skill in 3. We are gonna spam a lot of simple refines. Maybe it's worth doing a refining restoration. I would have 60 left. That would be 3 of these. But I'm also going to be able to get a little bit of key back. Yeah, let's do that. I never use this. So these are going to be stability free, but cost 18 key each. So we do 1, we do 2. We're losing a little bit. No, why is my cauldron buff not up? I'm not sure why I don't have a cauldron buff at the moment. Okay, resistant, we want to draw out the key. We could get, what, 3 of these off. We also have a harmonious coming, but it's intensity. Well, but we could still use the harmonious refine, or we could siphon some more key. What is better? If we siphon the key, we get 30. 30 is only gonna actually allow me to get 1 more simple refine off. 1 more simple refine would be 129. Or I could do this and gain 258. I think the harmonious is just the better play here. That would be 250, 268. That actually would be higher to do 2 of these. But if we crit, I'm gonna go for the crit. I'm not sure that we actually got that. Harmonious refine, energizing pool stability. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the play. In fact, I'm gonna leave this up for a minute. I think this is vaguely new in the last couple patches. Okay, so we don't have enough, but if we wait 1, we can draw more, or we could just do another harmonious. So we wait, we do another harmonious, and now we're just out of juice. All right, considering what I had to work with, we did pretty good. 3 craft skill, a bunch of key, excellent. Okay, now, that was only the precursor chemicals to our main cook here of the recuperation pill. I don't know if we can actually craft this without a boost, though. I think I might need to go buy a potion. I think we're out of those. Not those. Yeah, we only have control pills. I think we probably better buy one. This is turning out way more expensive than what I had originally signed on for. Okay, so I need I need an intensity pill. I don't know if I need a tier 3 one though. 96 intensity. What if we went down 1 level? Intensity pill would add 38. For like less than half price. I think I'm gonna buy one of those. Catch up here. Have you updated your spirit garden? Yes, I did. I know you're on death's door, but could you do some crafting? Better that than getting jumped by the bully when I'm at 1 HP again. P-Lips like, try not to bleed so much on the craft. You're really ruining it. So far, Wolf says, so far I've been stacking intensity. There's even a refine that scales. I did see that. You don't have the recipe? I don't. I never have had that chance to come off stream and just do a bunch of craft grind. All right, let's do this. I probably should though, because those are bloody expensive. Okay, let's do it. All right, right off the bat. Okay, this one is control, which is actually, weirdly enough, I think easier for me to do. Okay, so immediately we'll do a gentle. I'm really tempted to just grab this key. You know what? I think I will. Why shouldn't I? I'll take the key. All right, then we'll do a cycling fusion into a harmonious refine. We have one more stack, so we'll do a simple refine. Let's get our delayed fusion up. We have another harmonious here. Do it. All right, we do need to get a bunch done though. Let's go ahead. I don't want to pop it here though. All right, I'll tell you what, we'll do a delayed refine because I want to do our repurpose key. Okay, our refine goes off. Let's pop another. Okay. Now this we need to make a little bit of a call. Our gentle refine wore off, or our gentle stabilize. I think we gentle stabilize twice. I've never had to do that. I think I will. We have enough left that it's worthwhile. Okay, here, let's do a harmonious fusion. Yeah. 17 left. Let's do another delayed fusion just in case things go south. I wish when I moused over this, it would show my numbers here. So this is giving us 341. 341 would be 1,585, which isn't quite done. Okay, so then let's do one cycling fusion. Okay, 300 will definitely take us over the mark now. So now we're done with our completion. We're in harmonious, so we can do a harmonious refine. And that should just do it. This would already finish us off, but I have nothing else to do, so simple fusion. There you go. Perfect craft. +3 skill. I'm pretty happy with that. That went well. All right, and then let's just instant craft what we can make. This will probably be more than I'll use for the entire realm. Okay, we have some new events though. It's been fun, but I need to focus on my own project. I forgot I had him following me around. Sure. That's fine. All right, we have a couple beast waves to go deal with. Yeah. Okay, I think we can hit all three if we are careful. So, Outpost, the Youngtown Village, and the Observatory. Travel. And I think these give Spirit Stones and Reputation. They don't give Sect points. So I think, weirdly enough, I think we're gonna craft on these ones again and just grind up some free craft skill. These should be so easy for me. Yeah, 60 and 60. I don't even think I have to think about this. Just boink, boink, and boink. Yeah. Done. But we get one crafting skill, which normally, again, you can't grind it this way. So I feel like this is pretty powerful, in all honesty. What if we get him up to key condensation? I definitely could. I would need to go into the mine and find another one of those gold golems to fight, though. Which may or may not be easy. We might, I mean, it wouldn't be bad. We might find another artifact shard. We would be making an artifact one realm under us, but it is an upgrade to what we currently have, so maybe. All right, I don't even need to think about this. Just boink, boink. Done. Okay, 80 and 80. Again, I don't even need to think about it. Just done and done. Cool. That's a 3 extra crafting skill, though, which is equal to getting a new perfect. And we get some pills out of it, which may or may not be useful. Okay, done there. We're on day 8. This will be day 18. Do the beast way. Yep, no problem, old man. Light up the furnace. Let's do it. 60 and 60. Don't need to think about it. Just boink and boink. Yep, next. The fact that I still get that skill is crazy to me. I don't hate it though. I mean, it is a yearly event, so I do have to run all over the realm. Actually, I had to click twice on that one. Despite being only Meridian opening too late, your farming through the crafting recipes has gotten your crafting skill up to 299. Let's, I'm curious. Let's see what I'm actually at. I'm definitely not that high. So I'm at 113. So yeah, you have definitely done quite a few more. I think it will pay off though. I do think that's a good idea. All right, travel there. We make it just in the nick of time to do the beast wave. Come to join us at last. Yeah, let's do another round of crafting. Okay, 400. I might actually take this one a little more seriously. We are, ooh, increases bowl. Okay, in that case, let's do a cycle fusion. And that gives us a huge buff for brilliant. Bang. And then a normal. Cool. Easy peasy. Okay, begin craft. Nice, Skywing. What game is this? This is called Ascend from Nin Mountains. It's a cultivation game where you have different cultivation techniques. I do celestial, so I have the power of the moon and the sun. And I kind of bounce between those two modes to empower myself during combat. And it also has a surprisingly robust crafting system, which is kind of what we're poking at here. We're doing some kind of easy things at the moment because there's an event going on, but very interesting. Okay, increase key control by 2. We'll do a cycle fusion. We'll do a harmonious. Wow, that gets us done already. All right, we can just power through that. Yeah, we're a little overpowered for this event. Okay, 500 and 500. Ooh, with nasty stuff. Okay. All right, give me a gentle. Let's do delayed fusion, delayed refine. Give me my key back. Give me a cycling fusion. Refine. There it is. All right. Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with this, Skywing. If you like cultivation or wushu type games, definitely worth a check out. I've heard that the story gets pretty good, and we're kind of at the cusp of where that starts, but we're kind of doing a bunch of, I don't want to call them chores, but just things I need to get done after running into or breaking through to a new realm. So we're kind of running around cleaning up some stuff. Nice payout here, at least. Okay, I need to heal, actually, because I'm at 1 HP still. Maybe we should use one of those pills we made. All right. What I came here to do is I need to up my rank. So we are not actually full. I assume we get full by doing tasks. So I guess we just need to do another set of these. Okay. We also need to get up to, what did I say, about 10k sect favor so I can buy the breakthrough pill. Because I don't think even after all this time it's gonna have the pieces grown. Now, is that different than the request board? It is. Are those other ones giving me approval too? Yes. Okay. You know what? Let's just grab these while I'm here. There's no reason not to. If we find them, we find them. If we don't, we don't. All right, speaking of, there's 2 right next door. A huge shell blocks the precarious path ahead of you, affixed to the rock wall with a strange adhesive constantly leaking from it. You raise your weapon and step forward. Only violence will clear the way once more. Right, the snail goat thing. You've heard of mountain goats, but what about mountain goat snail? You love cultivation like Renegade Immortal? Is this actually... This one is actually made by a native English speaker. I could be incorrect, but I believe he lives in England. So, weirdly enough, one of the biggest complaints I have about wushu or cultivation games is usually the bad translation. Well, this is natively in English, so it's just bad English. It's not bad translations if we find anything weird. And the dev is super active on his Discord. Just for example, these little combat animations, he added these after watching the streams we were doing about a week ago, where people were saying like, oh, I like the game, but it just seems really static in combat. Because before, just these little flashes in the middle is all that there was. There weren't these little animations, which like I keep saying, I think it still needs a little bit of work, but it definitely feels more lively and less just like blinking things and damage numbers popping up. Now we intentionally make bad Chinese translations. Hey, I read the bad translation stuff when I have time, or I used to at least. So that stuff doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you can't understand a game mechanic or what it wants you to do. Like in Tale of Immortal, there were like 2 quests that just straight up told you to do the wrong thing. And there's no way you would figure it out unless you went and looked it up. There's just no way you could possibly figure it out. Because it's literally like, find me a blue feather, and the item's actually like a red seashell from a different zone. Like, it's ridiculous. And to my knowledge, they've never fixed that. Shusara says, I downloaded after they add the innovation. Dev dude is great. Yeah, and he's really responsive in like the bugs and stuff. I suggested that there should be a turn in all button when you go back to the sect. He added that in like a week. I suggested on the quest log that it should say done when you have things that are done and you can turn them in. I don't have any because that auto turned in, but like, let's say this one was done, it would say, I don't remember if it says done or finished, whereas before it didn't, and I had to click through every single one of these to find what was and wasn't done. So he is super responsive, like really nice turnaround. Okay, what do you want me to do here? A whole bunch of things. Yeah, we can handle this zone. Let's head over there. Or, wait. Should I go... Maybe I should go turn in and get our rank up. Let's finish this just to make sure we get our rank up before I go back. Oh, it's going to be a whole bunch of boys. Now, I probably could hit our auto battle key for this in all honesty. I don't think these do enough damage that we're going to run into that same problem. Let's test it out here. Yeah, beyond just the dev, the Discord's pretty active too. So if you have any questions or things, people are pretty responsive. Before I started streaming, I asked just a couple questions and I got answers right away. Getting a rank up may have canceled the old quests. No, I think they're in here because at least the new ones that we picked up we were able to do that were below me. Yeah, this is definitely lazy mode for me. Not having to even remember whether I'm on 1 or 2. Okay, let's go see if that's enough to give us our rank up before we do these other quests. So, let's head over here. Inner. Boy, all the cool people are here. Hey, friend. What do you... I assume you're gonna need the meridian thing. Oh, you need a bunch of needles. 10 needles. That might actually be doable, but I don't think I have the materials on me at the second. You want to team up? All right, cool. Needles. Do I have... I might be able to give her those. I could only make 6. She needs 10. All right. Sorry, friend. That's at least a little bit easier, I would say, than the gold golem item that the other guy needs. Okay, so can I do... Oh, we didn't get enough approval. I thought this just needed +1, but it obviously needs some higher amount. Okay, that's fine. Let's go do the whole round of these then. Some of these are sect missions, some of these are for the Star Observatory. The key in the Star Great Peak shudders as great living meteor move before you moves, a colossal hunk of raw star rock, infused with heavenly energy and moving to stamp out anything that exists in this earthly realm. Well, aren't you a big boy? I don't think we fought one of you before. All right. Just literally fighting meteorites, as you do. Right, and he's a realm below me, so he actually doesn't have a 5th attack. So we are definitely going to overpower this guy pretty hard. Pelip Sab, not part of the cool club. I mean, as far as like the nerdy friend crafter character, he's alright. He's alright. He gives me free stuff and gives me free skill. I mean, I'll take that over an escort quest or a collection quest. And of our 3 friends, he's definitely the more unique one, because the other 2 are more focused around the combat stuff, which makes sense in this type of game, but still. What are you stacking up exactly? Okay, just a bunch of shards you can use. Why are you not using those? Oh, he is. He's using Starfall. All right, we just outrealm him. That's what's going on. Are we able to finish this round? Yeah. That would have probably been a really hard fight if we hadn't broken through already. Living Meteor. Useful in crafting powerful equipment. Shining Meteor. Okay, that's the first of those I think we've gotten. The Jing Puliai falls before you. Well, how about a Twisted Fuyin? A massive meteorite, celestial energy, and writhing animated stone limbs. Your target almost seems as if it's waiting for your arrival. We've seen this guy before. This guy looks cool. He reminds me of those Fabergé eggs. They're like decorated gold leaf egg like art. They're kind of cool. Okay, and you are Meridian Opening. Okay, so we outrealm this guy too. Should not be a problem. He says confidently. Ow? All right, let's do one of our healing rotations here. Now, our new healing rotation heals a lot more, but also does way less damage, just of note. Right, 8 stacks, okay. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna have to dip into the goods, I think, here. You better just give me that. I don't think we're gonna be able to beat this guy. What is that? What is doing that to me? You're heal. Okay, so you're healing every round. So you've healed 50k, so you should be at 200. 10% attack. Yeah, he really shouldn't be that hard. Before each technique of stack is at least 4. Oh, that's what he's doing. Deal. Yeah. Okay, I need to be really careful. I think we need to do another healing round. Yeah, okay, so he's at 2 meteors. Gain 1 meteor, gain 1 meteor. Okay, he's gonna do 50k here, which my HP is almost 50k. I think I probably need to do another heal right here, or let's do a regen pill. We'll do a regen pill on this one, and then we're gonna have to heal next round again. I hope I mathed that correctly. We do have some barrier. Yeah. Okay, we gotta be really careful here. All right, he doesn't have meteors this time, so we can go for damage. Let's go for the finisher that we haven't been using. 50k. Oh, so close. Okay. I should have done one more round of buffs. Ooh. I can't go from my finisher into a number 1. That was a big oops. Okay, hang on. I need to think about that. Did pay out 20,000 stones, to be fair. Okay, hang on. We need to fix that right now. That is super dangerous. Okay, so that blasts. Okay, so we're in Moonlight if we do our finisher, which means we can only go into a number 2. You guys are going to totally remember that, right? So if we do our finisher, we have to go into a number 2. We can't do anything else. It has to be number 2. Remember that. Don't forget, because that was really, really bad. We could have died right there. Hey, Shinosuke. I'm about to head out once again. Gonna leave the stream running. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. And immediately you're rank 1. It's like, whose line is it anyways when it comes to that weird system, whatever that is. Okay, we actually ended that fine, so let's continue. A Fuyun Floater Alpha. This does not sound like this is a twisted mob. Yeah, he doesn't have the twisted buff, so he should be a lot easier than the last one we fought. He says nervously. Mickey D says cheater. Well, when YouTube just randomly turned that chat system on, I went and actually read the rules, just so you guys know. I don't want anyone to be disappointed. You're only allowed to spend $1,000 per stream for bonus points to become number 1. Any more than $1,000 does not count until the next stream. So just keep that in mind. If any of you guys were getting that big super chat ready, stop at 1,000 so you don't waste your money and get to number 1 that doesn't do anything randomly for one stream. So just so you know, I don't know. YouTube and their system sometimes, man. I don't know. Just a heads up, spirit stones become more important once you reach key condensation. 100k is chump change. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is classic cultivation. Every time you think that you've actually made money, you find out that actually you've been using the garbage. Those are the cultivation like scraps. The real stuff is like an order of magnitude more expensive. All right, let's continue building. I'm kind of watching for popping a heal here. Our heal also is our big round for getting barrier. I think we're gonna do that right here. He's at 2 stack. Yeah, I think he's gonna hit me this round. So big heal, barrier, second big heal, barrier. Our barrier numbers aren't really good enough to keep a solid barrier all the time, unfortunately. Okay, we're at 12 stacks. I don't think 12 stacks gets us there, so continue stacking, please. Okay, now I think we can finish him off this round, so finisher. I kind of maybe should put the actual finisher move on that. Maybe that is the way. Some more meteor, another spirit core 2. Okay, let's actually go change up that stance a little bit. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on that. Although in the boss battle we did have to spam that a few times. How different is the damage on those? So if we did you 6,825 damage per sunlight and moonlight, then remove all sunlight and moonlight. Conversely, we can do this guy. We get 930 per stack. Well, that is a lot higher. That is a lot higher. Okay, let's change this to be an actual finisher. Okay, so to do you, it doesn't matter what stance I'm in. All right, so you would need to go away. And really, if this is a finisher, there's no point in doing Chilling Radiance because he's gonna die. So we should just go for maximum number of stacks. Okay, so we open with double sunlight. We gain a solar attunement, and that puts us into moonlight. We could deepen shadows. 3 lunar attunement. Lunar rebuke, which is one. Yeah, okay, we should actually be doing this. 2 stacks, but this is a little early. Okay, what if we deepen shadows? We do a lunar rebuke, which gives him vulnerability, so he'll take 30% more damage, and then we blow him up. I think this is the way. Now we do need to note, we need 3 stacks of lunar attunement, not moonlight, before we can do this. That means we need to go through our number 2 a couple times, because we only get, I think, 1 lunar attunement stack here. Yeah, so we need to go through a number 2 3 times before we can do this, which we totally should, so that shouldn't be a problem. Just another thing to remember. Okay, I really wish I could see... Oh, 2 more to respected. Okay, well that's exactly what I need to see. What do you got? Oh shoot, festival. Oh shoot, I almost missed the festival. I was having too much fun blowing up star horrors. We'll travel down there quick, would you? Let me into the festival. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. All right, visit the food stall. What do we got this year? The air is thick with earthy, acrid scent. Root vegetables of all kind are being roasted over open fires. The scent of their charred skin makes your mouth water. Roast bayan tuber, freshly crisped and tossed with spices. Come, try some 500 spirit stones. Sure. You hand over the spirit stones, the vendor hands you a stick on which is skewered a spiral of roasted vegetable. It's crisp yet fluffy on the inside, and the seasoning on its surface sends your tongue tingling. You can finish it in moments and find yourself wanting more. Then a feeling of power rushes through you, sending a shiver down your spine. You feel invigorated as if you could take on the world. You gain tuber buff for the year. Tastes good, doesn't it? That's the Ti Jinshuin seasoning, guaranteed to give your weapon techniques a real boost. I wish you luck in the tournament, young one. Okay, well this is not going to be our tournament again. We'll visit the parade. You find yourself swept up in the Great Parade, a riot of color and sound that winds its way through the village. Dancers in elaborate costumes twirl and leap, musicians play on every corner, and the air is filled with the scent of incense and flowers. The people around you cheer and clap, their faces alight with excitement and joy, and you move with the crowd, eventually arriving in the village square. Here, a raised stage is erected, where a constant stream of dancers perform the great dance known as Steel Army, an intricate performance detailing Ti Jinshu's impeccable animated army and its march to capture the world. As dancers whirl on and off the stage, clad in silver robes and featureless masks to represent the puppet army of Ti Jinshu, the square slowly fills with ki. It sends a tingle down your spine as you watch the performance details, the great progenitor of the weapon arts constructing the endless forces that he is known for. Dancers clashing into one another again and again and again. The ki in the air grows thicker and thicker until it feels like you could reach out and touch it. You absorb 1,375 ki. We bow and leave. Visit the fruit vendor. We're gonna buy our spirit fruits. Yes, please. Yeah, 4,000. We're gonna immediately remember to actually eat them this year. Apparently, I also have some celestial fruit, which I did not eat. I wonder how long I've had those. All right, what are we at for spirit root? Okay, we need 2 more of the lower fruit to max that out. I need to be a little more diligent buying those when we're at the sect. But then again, I need sect rep to do that. So, you know. Enjoy. I hope to see you next year, says the vendor. Okay, let's do juggling sphere. You find yourself drawn to the great commotion on the outskirts of the festival. A crowd is gathered in a great circle, watching as challenger after challenger lines up to try to juggle the most metal balls using nothing but their ki. The air is filled with cheers in the crowd as they encourage each competitor to outdo the last. Amelia's talking about our stances. 3 blast and finisher once you have enough stacks. All the damage if you're looking at doing a finisher and getting stacks rather than stacking. Well, I think I'd have to actually do the math, but I think just getting the 30% vulnerability on that big hit is probably more valuable than at least 1 blast. I don't know if it's more valuable than 2. If somebody wants to math that out, feel free. Okay, we will try to juggle 25 steel balls. You lose 2,000 spirit stones. You hand over your spirit stones, step up to the pile of metal orbs. Picking up half the pile, you take a deep breath, raise your hand, and fling them into the air. You frown in concentration as you focus on maintaining controlling the falling spheres, sending them spiraling around and up again just before they hit the floor. You maintain this juggle for a minute before the judges gestures you are done. The crowd cheers, you step back, a smile on your face at victory. Well done, a brilliant display of metal control. Most impressive. A prize for your achievement. You gain 5 spirit stones. Alright, then we're not going to go to the tournament. I don't have weapon skills, so we wouldn't be able to win. I will look at the lore master, though. You find yourself drawn to a small stage where the lore master is preparing to perform the tale of Ti Jingshu, the progenitor of weapon arts. Seated in a great arc around him are dozens upon dozens of people, their faces rapt with attention as he weaves his tale. You seat yourself amongst them and wait for his story to begin. Finally, the wrinkled old man steps forth, his eyes glittering with wisdom that seems to reach back centuries. He gestures dramatically, clears his throat, and then begins to recite with a voice resonating with power. Taejian's tale is a strange one. All remaining accounts of the man say he was physically weak, sickly, and frail, bullied by his peers, know that feeling, bro, looked down upon by his family and his sect alike. For anyone else, this would have been the end of the story, a mere footnote in the account of someone far more impressive. Yet, there was something to Tae Jinshu, a cleverness that strove to understand the world around him, a determination that refused to be beaten down. His body could not withstand the powers of ki required to fight, but he had a plan. If he could not fight, he'd create a weapon that could fight for him. Now, even back then, spirit beasts were regularly hunted for the materials they could provide, no least of which was the spirit core that held the ability of the beast to manipulate ki. It was an item used in formations as a power source, but otherwise languished as a mere curiosity. Yet in that humble orb, Tae Jinshu saw the key to his salvation. We do not know what inspired him to create the first artifacts, but create them he did. Weapons that would dance through the air at his command, acting as if his hands and fists in battle, he could not fight for himself. First, a pair of daggers that he used to deliver revenge upon his tormentors, then a sword, then a spear, more and more, tens, hundreds, thousands. It took him mere years to become unstoppable, a storm of iron, steel, and fury that could not be stopped. The sect that had once tormented him were crushed beneath his feet, their power broken, their leaders dead. His former family received the same treatment, eliminated without even a shred of pity. So deep were the scars their treatment of him had left. That was where he faced a crossroad. On one side, he could continue the path of vengeance and bathe the world in oceans of blood. On the other, he could turn his back on the world that had wronged him and seek a new path. A path that would lead him to the heavens themselves. The fact that we're here today, that the world still stands, is a testament to the choice he made. The weapon techniques we wield are but a shadow of his overwhelming power, a mere sliver of his mastery over metal. He gave us artifacts, puppets, innovations in formations, and arrays. He showed us that even the weakest among us can rise to the heavens. But if we have the will to do so. Interesting. That was a pretty good one too. All these tales have actually been really good. Leave the festival. Okay, so what do we have left? So we have had the Fist Festival, the Blossom Festival, the Weapon Festival, the Blood Festival, the Cloud Festival, So next year we'll have Celestial. It'll finally be my turn. I hope they sell me the good stuff for fruits, or I'm gonna be a little disappointed about that. Okay, while we're here, they want us to escort the caravan. Let's do it. We have not succeeded on this mission yet. Let's see if we can finally do it. This will be our third try. The last guy was bullying us every single time. We'll see if we can make it through this time. I'm gonna keep manual control of this. So we need to wade our way through several enemies first, which is good because it'll give me time to power up. We especially want to make sure we have 3 lunar so that when I want to use my finisher, I can use my finisher. That's going to give us 1. Yeah, blast. This should give us 2. Yeah. Boy, you move around a lot. 2 lunar attunement, yes. So I'll just get my third. The reason I don't want to just spam one stance, you actually get a bonus to attack by not doing the same stance back to back. So I try to bounce between 1 and 2, even though I don't have to. Okay, that should be 3 lunar, so we're prepped and ready to go whenever we want. We're also at 18 stacks, so maybe when Big Boy comes in, we just blast him right away and see how much damage we do. Yeah, do my lunar stance. Oh, there's actually 2 of them here. Okay, I don't want to blast yet then. Or maybe I do. Let me think about this for a second. The longer the fight with this thing goes on, the more stacks he gets. You're Mr. Meteorite, right? I'm pretty sure you are. Let's do it. Let's do our blast. Let's see how hard this hits. So this is not 100% fully powered because we're at 7 solar. We could be at 10. We also could be at 10 lunar. But this is 10 stacks of sunlight. Do it. There's the vulnerability. 571,000, if I read that right. Oh yeah, it kills him and then his power heals him. Okay, so we can hit for about 600,000-ish total if I have a fully charged number 4. All right, after using that, we still have our attunements, but we've lost our stacks. Okay, let's jump directly into lunar. The lunar's a lot lower, so we'll try to use number 2 more to get that caught up to the solar. That's good, because that means I didn't lose all my scaling. Let's also do a heal round here quick, because I think we can finish them off. Yeah, perfect. All right, what do you do, friend? We have fought Bethzui before. I just don't remember what he does. Peck. Okay, so he does double in powers, and then he pecks twice. Okay, that doesn't seem particularly bad unless he's going to do something else. Yeah, that does not seem particularly bad. Okay, we are maxed out at 10 solar, so I'm going to keep spamming lunar attunement. And we'll get that up to 10, and then we'll blast him again. He may not even live that long, though. In fact, he's not going to live that long at all. Okay. Xiaoqi steak. Ooh, yum. All right, we finally actually completed that mission. 13 days. After traveling through the night, you arrive at the tavern you agreed to end the escort at. Sir, oh great cultivator, you lived. You. Wow, thanks for the confidence. I guess he's heard of my reputation. Your might is unrivaled against that many fearsome beasts. I apologize for fleeing, but in the face of those beasts, I just couldn't muster the courage to remain behind. Please accept my apologies. Rest assured, though, on my name, you'll receive the greatest level of praise I can offer when I inform the organization of your success. We gain 16,000 spirit stones, some sect favor, +1 approval. Okay. I think we still have a quest or two left. Yes. All right, let's go do that while we're out and about. And then hopefully this will level us up at Star Observatory. All right, we could probably auto this. Sucks that I was never able to do that escort quest in the proper realm. That guy just scaled too hard on me. I think a different cultivation would have gone better. Maybe flower or blood maybe could scale that a little better than I can. Although we didn't have the finisher the way I have it now, so maybe with that finisher we could have done it. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, that still isn't enough sect favor to buy the breakthrough pill, which makes me very sad. Almost as sad as having to fly all the way up here for 20 days. Okay, let me in. Are we ready to give me a increase? It sure is. So we want to, I guess this, Worldly Impact? Oh, that's right. We were hitting on the guild marm. Welcome, Xiaoqi. Your efforts have been recorded, and you've achieved results necessary for advancement within the guild. As such, I will just need a moment, and I will have your Astronomogia burst in, cutting off Shin Raoyun off. Miss Raoyun, I need one of your associates, one of your trusted members. Astronomer Gia, I was just in the middle of beginning the promotion process for Mr. Xiaoqi here. Can this wait? Oh, Xiaoqi, that works perfectly. I need you to come with me. I'll introduce you to someone shortly. They've got quite a background, and I'd like you to form a strong cooperation with them. Is she cute? Xiaoqi here does not need to remain while things are being processed, so they can simply return when they're finished. Come, this is important, and I can't let this opportunity slip. Gain the quest Worldly Impact. Sighing in frustration, Shin Raoyun nods and waves her hand dismissively. Go on, I'll finish this. Perhaps this will also be an opportunity for you, Xiaoqi. While I'm here, I will take those. And I'll check the shop. Well, this is not the new stuff, one way or the other. What do we actually have here? Did we not look at this before? This does not look familiar to me. So what are you? Stellar Infiltration. So this is combat. Utilizing the remnant energies found within the fragment of the Star-Touched Spirit Beast, this talisman channels the energies from beyond in a most autonomous cycle. The cycle imparts a higher tier of energies on the user, which can be utilized with other equipment forged. Okay, so that's we're not using that kind of equipment. We have Energy Resonance. It's a technique. Celestial Key Resonance. Celestial boost 10% at the end of each round. Lose a stack. How many stacks would we get? Just one? So what? We spam that like 4 or 5 times in a row? Yeah, we already scale without that. Don't think that's particularly good. Life-saving talisman. Upon falling below 25% health, gain 8,450 health and lose a stack too low. Reactive stance. Okay, this sounds vaguely familiar. Maybe the armor had it. Invasive fusion. Knowledge of how to perform invasive fusion. Costs 12 key, costs 17 stability, increases completion by 549, 25% chance to gain 3 stacks of fusion invasion, which gives minus key intensity 30%. That's not terrible, but I don't know if I could fit that on my bar. If I had extra space, I would totally use that. This is going to do the same thing, but for refining. Get some iron skin pills. Pulsed healing. At the end of each round, heal for 5,000. Meh. You know what? I will take one. Give me like 2 of these iron pills, but nothing else. You have not been officially promoted yet. That's why the shop's a bit bare. Yeah, that makes sense. I mentioned it earlier, the Golden Path mission chain disables normal techniques, so you need neutral techniques and formations to effectively complete them. Ah, that makes sense. Or just overpowered artifacts, I suppose. All right, what do you need, friend? Oh, you're ready to do something. Star chasing. You find Aimee perched precariously on the edge of a cliff. Don't do it! You have so much to live for! Her legs dangling over the void as she studies an ancient scroll. Her usual restless energy is focused to a laser point, her eyes intense as they scan the text. Okay. I think we'll just sit calmly. Let's not spook her and have her fall. That would be horrible. You settle next to her on the cliff edge, close enough that your shoulders almost touch. She acknowledges your presence with a quick smile before returning to her study. For a while, you both sit in comfortable silence. The wind whips around you, carrying a scent of mountain flowers and the distant song of spirit beasts. Below, the world spreads out like a tapestry. Its trees, hills, and pagodas, nothing but tiny specks from this height. You know, she says finally, still focused on the scroll. Most people would have demanded to know what I'm reading by now. Asked why I called them up here, but you just sit and you just keep waiting. I trust you'll tell me when you're ready. She reads the scroll slightly, rolls the scroll slightly, revealing a new section of text. Her fingers trace the characters with reverence, and you notice they're written in an archaic style. The ink faded, but still legible. I found this in the sex vaults last year. She looks over at you, taking in your incredulous look. Hey, I read too. After all, checking old records is one of the best ways to find forgotten treasures, left to gather key over the ages. I almost missed this particular scroll entirely, but something about the paper caught my eye. I've been trying to translate it ever since, and finally... She bites her lip, a rare sign of uncertainty crossing her unusually confident features. Her hands tighten slightly on the scroll's edge. I wanted you to be the first to see this because if I'm right about what it says, if I'm reading this correctly... She takes a deep breath, excitement overtaking her hesitation. We can get 50% off on the new Steam sale. Shifting closer, her shoulder bumping into yours, she spreads the scroll between you, revealing intricate diagrams of celestial trajectories and complex calculations. Are we gonna have a meteor fall for us? As you know, most falling stars are nothing more than vessels for the firmament beasts that travel between the heavens and earth and wreak havoc on the unfortunate. But some are different. Smaller, more compact, a shard of the firmament itself, perhaps. This here apparently is a map of their landings, or, more accurately, a way to predict when the next one will fall. And if my rudimentary calculations are correct, the next one should be tonight. Any time now, in fact. Okay, we'll study the diagrams. You lean closer to examine the intricate patterns, her hair tickling the side of your face as it flutters in the breeze. A flash of light above catches your attention. The faintest streak of amethyst light, easily overlooked unless you were actively looking for it. There, just like the scroll. Quick, help me track down its trajectory. Together you plot its course, your hands occasionally brushing as you mark positions on the map. It falls in the lands north of the sect. Even your both cultivation and enhanced eyesight unable to follow the specifics of its course. Her voice is hushed with wonder. It's true. That isn't a normal falling star, it's something special. Let's find it together. You mean that? You'll help me chase this crazy theory? She says, her eyes lighting with a brilliant intensity. I've never shown anyone else this scroll, she admits quietly. If we do, it'll be taken by others, shared by others, no longer mine. She pauses, then looks at you with a smile. No longer ours. You get it, don't you? The need to know, to discover, to... She shakes her head. If it was anyone else, I'd keep it to myself. You're the only one I trust enough to share this discovery with. So, Xiaoqi, what do you say? Want to help me chase the stars? Aimee relationship up close? We have moved from close friends to a sworn sister. You spend the rest of your night talking about the star together, theorizing about its purpose. She ends up leaning against your shoulder as the night grows cold. Neither of you mention it. Some discoveries, after all, are best left unspoken for now. Good job, Xiaoqi. Play it cool. Okay, good. Okay, we have whatever that dude's quest is. Where does he want me to go? Worldly impact. I guess just talk to him, probably out on the map. Yes. Lower mine levels for nether jade and tough iron. I believe tough iron's on like the top levels. And nether jade, I think, was where I was looking for the stuff in Late Meridian. I think I saw nether jade there. In fact, here, we could just look at my inventory. That would be material. Burning blood. Netherite, nether jade, yeah. Nether jade is body forging material. Oblitrix says, man, I love this game so much. There's a lot of depth to it. If you're confused about something, I can help. Well, thank you, man. We're muddling through so far. We're in realm 3 and doing okay. I'm definitely a little weaker than I would be if I wasn't streaming, because if I wasn't streaming, I would have ground out a bunch more crafting, but that's okay. We're meeting the challenges as they come at the moment. I will say, since we're up to 28 people, if you guys have the game and you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave a review on Steam. There's a certain threshold of reviews that a game needs to be able to get its rankings. I don't remember off the top of my head if it's like 50 or 20 or 80 or 100, somewhere 100 or below. But if the game doesn't have that many reviews, your review would really help them. I have not done mine yet, but I really need to. So just food for thought. If you're enjoying it especially, but you know, whatever your true thoughts are. Wolf says, I found some nether jade nodes in the MO2 late layer. It's been about 90% resonating silver. Yeah, where's the silver when I needed it? And Ekuses says, where can I find the neutral formation techniques? Have been relying on the 2 standard moves and equipment for golden path. Yeah, I need to do, that's another thing I haven't done, is any formation work, which we definitely should for those hard fights. Excellent, right this way. Don't be shocked. This will be an experience unlike any other you've had, I'm certain of it. He is not easily offended, but I'd like to keep any sort of insult to a minimum. Was he short? Are we meeting a short king? As you enter the upscale tavern, Astronomer Gia leads you upstairs to a private dinner room. Upon entering, you are shocked to see a half-beast, half-man sitting on the other side of the table. Correct your expression, Xiaoqi. This is the man I wish to introduce you to. Ah, you're not a cute lady. My whole day is ruined. Thank you. I expect these types of reactions, Astronomer Gia, though I'd wish you'd have explained. Could have saved some of my time. My apologies. I was in a rush to bring someone that met your requirements and I got ahead of myself. Ah, forget it. I can tell you're a straightforward person. I can see you're disappointed I'm not a QT. That's why I'm working with you. As for this, Xiaoqi, you said? Yes, that is correct. He has provided much aid and I believe they are willing to assist now as well. Yeah, we'll see. Don't just stand there, Xiaoqi. Get in here and sit down. Astronomer Gia, prep some tea quickly. That's very interesting that this guy's bossing him around. Gia's golden core, I think? He's around 4, whatever that is. With a slightly forced smile, Astronomer Gia says, yes, of course, I'll get right to it. Young Xiaoqi, let's get you up to speed. As you clearly demonstrated, I'm slightly different from you and Astronomer Gia here. I'm a refugee. I've been here for some time, long enough to have a general idea about the state of the world. As for why I'm here, the world I come from faced annihilation, and I'm presumably the only survivor. No cutie fox girls? My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Through unbelievable luck and perhaps fate, I traveled beyond the bounds of my world in an attempt to flee, and somehow survived long enough to arrive here. Don't bother wondering about the cause, it's beyond you, and I won't spout endlessly about the details. All you need to know is that my world was not the first to meet that fate, and the signs that are appearing in your world are clear that it's next. Astronomer Gia returns with a plate carrying teacups and kettle. I think that should be carrying. That's a weird sentence. Astronomer Gia returns with a plate, carrying teacups and kettle. That's just weirdly phrased. Before saying, hearing of the other worlds was fascinating, and it immediately made me think of the tales of progenitor Gian. Legends say she traveled outside the bounds of the world, trying to find anything that could match her. I wonder if she ever found other worlds similar to Senior Mo Haolong's. That's right, progenitor Gian. I wonder if that's related to the Bullies family. Aren't they the Gions? It's just as crazy to me hearing about that. It was multiple lifetimes of luck just for me to survive landing in this world from mine. It sounds impossible that someone would leave a world willingly. However, that does lend to the fact that there are probably more worlds than just yours or mine. Whatever direction the destruction is likely working non-stop against them all. You've gotten some luck though, as you have some freakishly powerful fellas preventing this future, and have set up defenses around your world. Wow, we're getting a glimpse into the bigger stage here. It's clear that they know what's going on and are likely why this world has lasted so long. Uh-oh, don't we have a weird key that someone's pushing us to open? Suspicious. Because of them, I can redeem my shameful past. Back then, I fled in fear, but I won't this time. That's why I need someone. I'll finish what was started and attempt to stave off the destruction of this world myself. When I heard of Senior Xiaoqi past, his goals, I knew that I must be part of them. Our guild has long since documented falling stars within the region controlled by the sect. I've long wondered why they appear and the impact they have. As it turns out, it's one of the many ways the worlds are assaulted from beyond, looking for a foothold into this world. It's Cthulhu invasion. Initially, I too was just working for the sect, for favor and for my own resources. Oh man, we're called out. He knows we were just here for sect favor. But I've seen enough devastation from these stars, and year over year, they're getting worse. If assisting Senior Xiaoqi Long can help reduce or perhaps even stop them, I will do all that I can. Perhaps this will ruin the sect's goals or resource acquisition, but this is the price I will selfishly pay, even at the risk of punishment. Why am I here then? All right, Senior Xiaoqi requested of me someone who can direct the specific points of interest and attempt to repair certain portions of this world's defense. However, many of these locations are within spaces I cannot enter. One such example is the mystical region controlled by the Lin family. I can sense them, but I'm powerless to enter. Those past cultivators are so monstrous, even I can't bypass their design. So in the future, just speak to me and I will direct you to the locations, fixing them one at a time. Now, I've wasted a lot of time. I must get back to dismantling fallen stars. The sooner they're wiped out, the less of their energy seeps into this world. Plus, I'll save a few lives as well. Farewell. As Mo Xiaoqi leaves, Astronomer Jia rises and walks to your side. I apologize for dumping this responsibility on you suddenly, Xiaoqi, but know that both Mo Xiaoqi and I will not be frugal with rewards for your assistance. Now, I also must be going. Oh, I almost forgot. Head back to the Star Observatory headquarters. By now, Xin Raoyun should have all that is needed for your promotion, so congratulations. Farewell and thank you, Xiaoqi. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, that's really interesting. I wonder if this weird twisted key is part of that. Because she said if you find another key, bring it to me and I can twist it. He's a fox and his name is Howling. How appropriate. Poet and don't even know it, Quasi. Why do we still have the quest here? Oh, okay. I hope all went well. Despite Astronomer Jia being a mighty core formation cultivator, he still acts quite impulsive and willful. Sighing heavily, she continues, well, part of that is his desire to help people around him, so I can't truly be mad at him. Regardless, in the time since your departure, I finalized your records. As of now, you're officially one of the Stellar Collectors. Promoted to Stellar Collector of the Star Observers. As a reminder, each rank up grants you further privileges within our shops. Additionally, we also grant you a visit to our recipe hall, so make sure to enter that from time to time. This feels like the Star Citizen scam. They have secret stores you are only invited into after you spend a certain amount of money. Very on the up and up. Don't even worry about it. We appreciate the assistance you've rendered, Xiaoqi, and look forward to our continued cooperation going forward. Okay, let's enter. I want to look at the store. Okay, yeah, we did get the new stuff. The neutral formations and stances are mostly sold on shops. You might need a bit of product. I have noticed a lot of just like the towns have things. They're all like rep reward or rep required items in their stores. Okay, stellar infiltration. I don't think we're too interested in that. Life Force Ignition. Deal 3,200 damage. This scales with the enemy's remaining health, dealing maximum damage when their health is full. That sounds interesting for the Golden Path. Link combo. If you entered combat with a follower, gain Link combo. Power +5, defense +5, barrier effect +5. Does not stack. Ooh. I do like to run around with friends. That would literally be half of my money, though. I'm gonna think about that. We would need to make a special stance, but we could totally do that. Barrier effectiveness +5% would be rather nice. Although I'm not really able to even keep my barrier up right now, so maybe that would be kind of a moot point. Reflective Curse. Inflicts Reflective Curse. Each time the bearer of this curse uses a damaging technique, take 3,046 corrupt damage. Does not stack. Ooh. I am a bit of a warlock enjoyer. I love dots and debuffs. That seems rather interesting. And it doesn't seem to wear out. So when we go into long fights, we could just start. We could just start with that, and then for the rest of the fight. Huh. Okay. Corrupt Blessing. Okay, this one's a crafting one. We gain key control, we gain key intensity. On any action, lose a stack and gain 15% chance to gain 3 stacks of Seeping Corruption. On any action, lose a stack and gain 10 toxicity and lose 1 stability. That's not that bad. It doesn't say that that is permanent. Again, I don't have any extra slots, so I just wouldn't put this on. I need more crafting slots, is what this is telling me. I think we get another one at 250 skill, so I'm halfway there. We might be living on a prayer. Corrupted Stabilization. 8 stacks of Corrupted Stabilization. On any action, lose a stack and have a 75% chance to restore stability by 7. And we saw the pills before. 7 stacks of pulse healing. You know what? Give me 2 of those just for safety's sake. Okay. Very interesting on the Link combo and Reflective Curse. I'm not going to buy right now because I'm broke, but very interesting. I may come back to those. Okay, we still don't have enough Sect Favor, though. I need 10k to buy the Breakthrough Pill. That was the whole point of coming out here, so let's do another round. And then we'll head back. Boy, we have really been off kilter from where we thought we would be. Escort caravan. Okay. Okay, we are nearing the 2-hour mark though, and I am out of my tea, so I'm gonna go refresh my tea quick. What's the best screen I can leave you here? We'll put up my stats this time. So I'm gonna put up a 5-minute timer, and I'm gonna go grab my tea. At the same time, I'm going to tell YouTube that it's allowed to run an ad if it would like. If you're not blocking those, thank you. I appreciate the pennies. While we're taking our break, get up, get yourself a drink, get yourself a stretch, and I will be right back, assuming that my button works. So YouTube break and break. Yes, it does. Okay, I will be right back, builders. All right, well, hopefully you had a good stretch break and got yourself a drink. My tea is brewing here. Back in game. Talisman is also another thing we could do an upgrade on pretty easily, I would assume. We're running with a shield one right now. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? Caravan escort. Sure. Yeah, well, I'll be fine. I was just debating if I should heal first. All right. Yep. I think we can handle these now. Okay, this was another not higher level one. I think this is the one from the town, not the ones from the Star Observatory. Although they got the big boy. Yeah, just give me enough sect favor, please, so I can buy the thing that we wanted to buy at the beginning of the stream. The roads we walk. No, keep pummeling him. Where do you get talisman? The first one I bought was from the wandering talisman salesman. So he's an NPC that's moving around on the world map. I met him in that first village that you visit. I don't know if that's always where he's at. Let's cheekily do a little heal here. Okay, and I do see there's another boy behind you. Yeah, blap, blap. All right, what are we sitting on? 4 solar, 2 lunar. So give me more lunar. Five and 3, yeah. So we stay ahead of that just because of what the other moves are. Okay, we're at 18. I don't think we're going to do our finisher on this guy. I think we're going to wait and do it to the next guy. Maybe just like right off the bat we'll do it. Let's see if we can explode him. Ooh, perfect. Give me a heal here, please. Not perfect because I forgot I have to kill these guys twice. Like he's a shadow. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I thought I was killing him a long time ago. I do wish that our remaining damage would just go into the next creature instead of kind of having a wasted round, but I guess it's a chance to heal too if you time it right, so maybe it's okay. Alright, you are definitely not worth my finisher. Let's keep working up that lunar attunement. We're going to be at 10 and 10 for solar and lunar, so we're going to have like maximum damage here. Okay, I'm not at 10 yet. I kind of want to go for maximum. Let's go up to 10 and then we'll blap him. I'm super curious to see how hard we can hit. We probably already could have killed him with that move right now. Although he is killing me, so maybe that was too cocky. Kill with healing properties at the end of the round. That's not going to work. Alright, well hopefully I didn't screw that up by being really greedy. Let's go for the finisher move here. We need to survive a whole round to get that off. And 856,000 damage. That is about as hard as I could possibly hit, barring a consumable that ups attack damage. So I would say that was probably about 900,000 for that stance, if I totaled up the 5 moves. That'll play. That'll play. Also, if I wasn't being cocky there, I wouldn't have taken that much damage. 13 days pass. Yes, yes, pay me out. Enter. We definitely need to heal after that. Alright, let's clean up these other missions that we've got quickly. There's this one dude with a hat somewhere in the starting area that sells talismans. So let me see if I can just find what he looks like. He is... Oh, they have a beast here. That's the carpenter. Not them. Not her. Not the elder. I don't know if he's on my map at the moment. He does come and go, kind of like an event. I wonder if it's worth zipping over there to grab this. If it's still up... If it's still up, we'll grab it. I don't want to fly all the way over there just to turn around and come right back. Let's see if we can clear these out. Alright, Meridian. This isn't going to be a problem. In Realm 1, there aren't a lot of talisman options if you don't find them. Yeah. I assume it's just like other things. He's probably kind of a random event when he spawns or doesn't spawn. The Carpenter's probably the same way, if I had to guess. He looks so happy when he does that one move. Alright, finish him off. Twice, apparently. Carpenter and the formation guy are the same. Yeah, maybe they rotate too. I don't know if I've ever seen them at the same time. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I don't remember ever seeing multiples at once. All right, easy peasy. Got this one. Let's see if we can just auto it. These are only Meridian openings. That'll give me a chance to get my tea open. I don't think it'll show because I use a green screen. Yeah, it doesn't show. Imagine a green lily pad looking thing that has a slot for your tea bag to go into. These things are amazing. I used to have this really bad habit where I would go make tea and I would leave it on the counter to brew and cool off a little bit. And then by the time I would remember to walk over and get my tea, it would be cold. So this way I can bring my hot cup of tea over here, and you can do this thing where you kind of like pinch it and twirl. And so you can squeeze the tea bag out and not drip everywhere when you're getting it out of your cup. It is amazing. I love this thing. It's also green screen green. So you guys would never know if I didn't tell you. All right, easy peasy. Get out of here, Batpack. Okay, next, I think we had one more up here. I probably should also be having her take us to fights too. We could be farming some more rep while we have her with us. Okay, you are actually dangerous, so I need to make sure I actually pay attention in this fight. In fact, let's heal to full here so we don't have an oopsie. That one dude was hitting for 52k, which is not that far from my maximum amount of life. Yeah, get out of here. We're gonna have to kill you twice. I don't think so, because you're not twisted. Yes. Have I tried working with 5 to 6 different stances? Fared really good in the realm, having stacking light stances at the start, and then healing stacking buff stances. I don't know if you were in here when we were redoing our stances. Right now we have 4 stances. I can show you quick. So we have an opening stance, which basically just gets us a bunch of light stuff rolling, a little bit of barrier. We have one that gets us our lunar attunement and continues it. Either one of these can be spammed back and forth. We have a barrier heal one that I use when needed, and then we have a blazing blast, which is my big finisher essentially, where I gain as many stacks as I can. I do a lunar rebuke to give him vulnerability, and then we pop all of our stacks for over 7,000 damage per stack. So let's see, 20 stacks would be 70,000, 140,000 just for stacks, not counting the what would we have, 20 stacks of either of those would be another 100%, so 280,000, and then an additional like 100, I think. So yeah, about 500,000 No, I'm off. It should be higher than that because we hit for 800 and something thousand when I and then the vulnerability, So yeah, I'm using these 4. I do have one more stance available, so I could add another one, but I just don't have a reason to at the moment. We actually, hold on. Speaking of which, do we have any shards of our current realm? No, not particularly. And I'm pretty sure we maxed this out. We did. Let's actually use the rest of these. I was gonna buy stance, but I just don't think I'm going to. All right, let's pop a bunch of these. I kind of wish I could unveil all techniques. I'm not gonna really go through these at the moment because I'm not gonna switch to something else. I'll read these on my own time. I just want to do this so I can convert crystals into sand, and we can use the sand to up our masteries at some point. We had burned through all of our sand when we were trying to ready ourselves for the mine boss. The formation thing at low level is a trap. It takes time until you have the stuff to make a good formation. Good to know. You also spend spirit stones every time you use a formation, correct? I think it's kind of the rich young master technique. Seed of Iron Rose. Again, I'm not going to go through and read those at the moment. I just need to go through. I wish I could do an unveil all here. Blossom does look really cool. Blossom is also one of the... Blossom and Fist are the 2 techniques our sect actually uses. So story-wise, it would probably make a little more sense if we were using one of those 2. But then again, who knows? Maybe that one lady that's working with us is a traitor, so maybe it's good that we don't. Although if we had 50 flower root, there was something she was doing to us that we could have done something about. I think she was trying to mind control us or read our mind, but that's just... it's my suspicion talking. When we first met her, I may also said something about not trusting her. And she's nice, so we trust her, right? Which masteries do you have? Okay, your moves. I have not upped them into the rank 3 stuff yet. We went through and audited those last stream. They were whatever it was. I couldn't afford that much, so I made it as good as I could at the time. Do you have to go to the sect to get your wages? Yes, you do. And I believe if you miss it, you don't get them for the year. So you kind of want to click that calendar and make sure that you're there when you should be. It's not like stupid amounts of stuff, but you get some free key, you get some free fruit, you get some free shards if you use flower or fist. All right, well, we are going to have so many more techniques than we had before. We need a technique that scales on the number of techniques I know. I love games that have things like that, where you just have all kinds of just weird scaling things. Oh, you scale on the number of hammers in your backpack. Just weird stuff like that. When I play games like Path of Exile, I'm the type of person that I always have to make the most convoluted builds ever. Like, oh guys, this makes total sense, right? Like you take the fire damage and you convert it into cold damage, but then the cold damage actually turns into lightning, and the lightning damage does poison damage, but it's not really poison, it's actually chaos damage. I always end up making the most convoluted things that kind of sort of work. But I really just enjoy that because it's an exercise of like deeply learning the systems of a game, and a game that you can do that in is very enjoyable to me, that your systems are deep enough to make that interesting. Boy, we had a lot of these to go through. Unstable automaton. Before each technique, deal 1,774 damage. Gain a metal fragment. Yeah, weapon seems really cool. I want to try that at some point. Okay, we've done all that, so now convert all crystals 2 enhancement dust. 122. Not going to do that at the moment, but there we go. They are converted now. Okay, calendar. Nothing special, but I do see there's an event here that I kind of want to hit. We also have something at the Crystal Lake to do. Let's do this so we don't miss it. Hopefully it'll still be here. It is. The Kuyo. Are you harder? No, we've beaten you up before. By the way, this model does look a little low res. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know why it's this guy particularly. And his animations look clear too. So is that supposed to be like he's doing some kind of fog technique, or is this just like weirdly upscaled funny? Because his animations look really clean, right? Or when he goes into the other one. There's stuff late that makes formation parts for free. There are techniques that create them, but they're more high level. At the beginning, you have to craft and waste them. That's right, they're consumables. That's what it was. We did a lot last stream of adding masteries to our crafting. Last stream, we did a lot of crafting. Like a lot of crafting. Okay, done there. Let's just wipe out whatever else we have left. And then we'll have enough to buy our breakthrough pill. And then we'll actually continue the main story a little bit. You're finally here. We've been stranded forever. Well, now that you're here, take a look at my ship's control core. I'm trying to deliver the monthly supplies from the observatory to the sect while on my route, and I can't be held up much longer. Oh. You want me to craft a flying ship core? Okay, that doesn't look particularly bad. Oh, and just like the lore told us earlier, it is using spirit cores. I love when games actually have their mechanics follow their lore, or vice versa. Okay, perfectible, resistant. This is a control craft, so we want to go a little heavy into our fusion. Now, give me a stabilize. Repurpose that key. Do a cycling. Simple. Delayed. We could do another. I don't think I need another key control. We're going to be just fine. We'll pop a delayed. And we'll use our harmonious on fusion. God, this is so much better now that I have enough key to actually have, like, abilities. Okay, we increase perfection a little bit, and we get... This is the one I normally don't have to use, so it's so rare I actually pop that. There it is. Perfect craft. After delicately reinscribing the core, you place it back in its housing, and the ship roars back to life. I've never seen an output of this much energy. How have you done this? I have a little leeway in deciding the reward, so I'll hand these off to you as well. If I couldn't impart more, but the rest is reserved for the sect. Thank you for your assistance, young one. I must be off. Take care. You gain 7,700 spirit stones, some sect favor, and some star observatory approval. 10 twisted remnants. Okay, I don't have a need for those at the moment, but I'm sure those will be handy at some point. Okay, another trade caravan. Oh! Key condensation late. 2 million. I'm not sure we're gonna last 5 rounds to retreat. Alright, we may have bit off a little more than we could chew on this one. Also, I really like your hat, bro. Please don't kill me. Yeah. So, we have a ways to go. Before we're ready for key condensation late. We're gonna spam our healing technique and just try to live long enough to run. I think next round we can run if we don't die. We died. Yep. 13 days have passed yet again. That was intense. No one fights like you do. Thanks. Okay, recuperate. Yeah, that was, nope. All right, so we're back to not being able to do the caravan escorts. That is the lesson we have learned there. Okay, what do you have? Delivery. Okay, we can totally do that. Yep. And then you want me to fly back up there? I really don't want to fly back up there, I guess. All right. Oh, I missed one up here too, apparently. Let's clear this first. Now we got the big boy again. All right. Yeah, that thing absolutely destroyed me. All my pride of being able to hit for like 800,000, and he's like, that's cute. I have 2.6 million HP, and I hit for like 90% of yours. That's the thing about cultivation stories. There's always somebody bigger. Every time you think you finally are powerful, somebody comes along to slap you in the face and say you dare. Hey Slice, how's it going? Came in to like and comment, already subscribed. Make sure you join if you can. It's worth it, and Babel needs new shoes. I literally have not gone and bought those new shoes yet. It'll probably start snowing and I'm gonna be like, dang it, I probably should have bought those shoes. All right, cleared out. Let's just turn that in. That's just us delivering the lens. All right, I'm not gonna grab another round of those and get myself distracted. Hey, here's the talisman guy. We were just talking about him. Yeah, here he is with the cool hat. And like, I don't know, dried mushrooms tied to his sleeves. What do you got, friend? The vows, I have not actually used that. We could, you know what? We could do that. I don't feel like doing it at the moment, but I think I should probably buy those. Was that rank 1 or rank 2 that I needed to do? So it was Blossom and Fist, I'm pretty sure. Is there any reason to buy a higher level one? Higher boost. But for doing that, I really don't need the high level ones. Yeah, give me a Blossom. Give me a Fist. I'm not going to do that right now, but that way I can do that when I want. Okay, Vow of Weapon. No. Building Fury. We gain power at the start of each round, gain a stack until we have 5, and then remove it. We already do our own scaling. After 4 rounds, explode, dealing 46,000. Start with some clouds. Extra crit chance. We gain 12 stacks of dart. And power. Or say, I just kind of like my shield, if I'm being honest. Start, activate a certain fist technique. Don't care. Don't care. After 3 rounds, heal 34,000. I already can heal myself. Start with metal shards. I don't need it. Protect. A bunch of extra defense. That would be okay. Here we go. A shield. I'm going to be really boring, and I'm just going to upgrade my shield. I'm just going to be very boring and upgrade my shield. I just like having some. We have a bit of shield technique, but it's not really strong enough to keep it up all the time. That'll just ease off some of the chip damage that we take. Hey kid, you want to buy some talismans? That definitely has that vibe. All right, let's roll out of here. Now he sells recipes? Apparently. That's news to me too. Okay. Oh, all of tonight's adventure. All of tonight's adventure. And actually we made it back just in time for resources. I totally did that on purpose. Yes, yes. 5 technique shards. 5 technique shards. 1 condensed key elixir. Celestial, please, my good man. And 1 celestial berry. Enter. P-lip. Yeah, I'll help you. He is so distracting. I just came here to do something. Okay, 700, so I do need to pay vague attention here. What type are you? You control. Yeah, just bang it. Okay, give me delayed. Cycling fusion. Another harmonious. Yeah, we got this in the bag. Done. Yep. Thank you for all the stuff. Okay, now we wanted a breakthrough pill. We just need a regular one for this breakthrough. 16,000. I swear that was 10. Dang it. Dang it. Can we craft anything? Okay, a shadow fan, a vital plate. Okay, we can definitely do that one. Healing pill, we can do that one. That wasn't even worth it, frankly. Intensity pill, sure. All right, let's do those quick. Grumble. Yep. All right, these should be pretty fast ones. These are all below my level. Yeah, another 700. This is a key intensity one. Boink, pop it. And 2, we're gonna have that. So let's do our delays. Give me the key back. Cycle of fusion. Simple, done. Yeah, we can burn through those pretty easy. Notice that one did not give me any crafting experience or crafting level. Okay, a little bit of sect favor. Yeah, this one was probably not even worth taking, frankly, but whatever. We're good guys. We're helping out. All right, pop it. 400. I probably don't have to put too much thought into this. Just bang it out here. Yeah. Something to be said about that. One day to complete these, they give you the materials. You don't have to travel anywhere. I can see why people say that crafting starts are really powerful. Okay, 700. I need to vaguely think about this. The intensity is the bonus. Yeah, let's just pop it. Ooh, we have 2 coming up. Let's do bonus control. We'll pop a harmonious and a simple on the brilliant. Yeah. Another cycling fusion and boink. Done. Yeah, I got a good thing going on here, at least for this lower level stuff. Yep, all done. Okay, 14,000. We need like 2K more. Let's try vital plate. I need to be able to do this without popping any material or any boosters though, because I want to get my breakthrough pill. You could buy I do know that, but they're not very efficient, and I'm already too poor to buy the things from Star Pavilion, so I would just be digging that hole deeper. So people are saying that with the shield talisman, I could spam a bunch of moon and sun points. I think my setup's working fine the way it is at the moment. Ooh, this is a 2-day craft. Interesting. Okay, 2 days, 2,710. We need to really focus on just getting it done, not worry about trying to make it perfect. Decrease key costs. Interesting, but not the one I would have preferred, if I'm being honest. Okay, give me a gentle stabilize. All right, well, in that case, if the key cost is that low, okay, wouldn't even be worth doing right now. Yeah, just hit me with that. Let's get our delayed fusion going. Another harmonious. Yeah, we're gonna 100% just focus on getting it done, not try to perfect this. To that end, okay, we're gonna have that come up. simple fusion. Simple fusion. Give me some key. Delayed fusion back on cooldown. Simple. Simple. Can't get key back right now, but... Oh, you're raising my costs at the moment. Ooh, gross. Alright, we're gonna pop this just because it's low stability cost. Alright, and then we have lots of key left. Let's do a... Wow, I took it off because we never had to use it. Now I kind of regret that. I think we just go for finishing. We only get 2 more clicks. Can we do it? We succeeded. We didn't actually fill the bar, but we lucked out. All right, the number one thing I just want is the sect favor. Okay, that gave me enough. Holy moly, that was way more effort than what I thought we were going to be putting into buying a breakthrough pill. Okay. Go to the chambers. Middle. Breakthrough pill. Yes. Did you try the key stuff? I have not. That's literally where we're at. And my whole thing was, before we start the story, let's just get the middle breakthrough. That was about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. That's good though. In a game where you're able to just get sidetracked, that's a really good sign that you're enjoying the game. You're not just trying to beeline something to get it done out of the way. Ironically enough, if we had the Breakthrough Plus pill, we're ready for our late stage, which would actually be really useful. Huh. How much does the Breakthrough Plus pill cost? Also, where is my... Yeah, we're not going to have the materials to craft our own at the moment, unfortunately. Honestly, I think we just spam some more. I proved that I can at least do those. As long as we can complete it, we get the sect favor. In fact, we should probably just take several of these. I don't think I'm gonna do this one. Or excuse me, this one. It's worth so much, I can't imagine we're gonna be able to finish that. We were barely able to finish the one that we just did. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, yeah, very hard. Okay, same plan as last time. Okay, decrease key pool costs. We're going into a big one here. Okay, I'll take, well, I'll tell you what, let's actually do our delayed fusion. This way, at least we lowered the cost of our gentle stabilize. And unfortunately, I don't really have something good for this. I guess we just do our cycle refine. It's unfortunate. All right, simple, simple, another delay. Again, I wish we had something better. I guess we can do harmonious here. Okay, this craft is going really well. Like, really well. Another cycle refine. Harmonious. Okay, we finished that. Nice. Sure, we'll do a delayed fusion. Give me that key. I mean, I guess we just spam a little bit. There's no reason not to. Okay. Hey, look at that. We just happened to luck into a perfect. Beautiful. All right. The thing I want, though, is the sect favor. Let me remind myself. I already forgot. How much is this going to cost me? 23,000. We're at 3K. Okay. Oops. Is what it is. I would so love to do that. If we didn't have the key, I would be less worried about this. But the fact that we already have the key, it just feels bad to waste it. Increase key intensity and key control. Okay, this one I'm more comfortable with. This is what we normally get to use. Okay, we have 2 into that. Let's get delayed fusion. Cycling refine. Simple. Harmonious. We're halfway there. Possibly living on the prayer. Made that reference twice. Cycle refine. Simple. Simple. Lead fusion. I gotta be careful here. We're running low on stability. Actually, is this worth it? I don't think so. I would still only get 2 uses. Yeah, better to do those. Yeah, my delay didn't go off there. We lucked out and we finished it. All right, give me that. Yep. We're at basically 5k, so we need 18k to go. Yikes. All right, what do we have? Flowing, which is increases both. We started in a balanced. Okay, nothing else I can really do about that. Hit that right away. Delay fusion, cycle refine, harmonious. Simple fusion, harmonious. Okay, this is going to be a nice one. Give me a cycled fusion. Simple refine. Harmonious refine. We're going to run out in 2 clicks. 1. Oh, and finished. Okay, that was a really good one. That was really good. No, we got the twisted key. We unlocked the route to the north, but we have not traveled there at all. Sadly, I think we're going to spend a lot of time getting this pill. Not really what my plans were not here tonight, but here we are. All right, let's try this. Let's try it. On the off chance that we can get this, this is ridiculously good. Let's just make a shot of it. All right. Yes. All right. What do you got? 3,600. This is gonna be rough. Okay, we did get flowing. Flowing is pretty good. Okay, give me a gentle stabilize. I'll take that back. We're imbalanced. Let's do a cycle refine into a harmonious. Okay, we're gonna have another flowing coming up. We have 1 more cycle refine. Do it. Get the delayed going. Harmonious. Man, we are chewing through that quick. I think that's just a harmonious. Cycle refine. Harmonious. I'm shocked we actually got that high. Okay, good odds. We did succeed. We did succeed. I believe this translates directly to a percentage chance to succeed. Ideally, obviously, we would be getting to 100%, but I'm just not quite that powerful. That was excellent key favor. Now, unfortunately, this only refreshes in 11 days, so we're gonna have to find something else to keep ourselves busy. Why do you have a whole bunch of things? All right, I'll take that. Pretty sure I have those things. Collect 9 mountain disciple seals. Okay, we'll take that too. Okay, do I have what I need to just turn some of this in? No. Craft or collect 2 clothing blanks. I have 1. All right, let me just do that one quick. All right, hold on. Which kind of clothing blank do you want? Clothing blank 2. All right, that is a material. I don't know clothing blank 2. Are you kidding me? P-Lip. P-Lip, what are you doing, my man? I thought we were helping each other out here. All right, it's an investment. It's an investment. Clothing blank 2. Begin craft. Okay, 700. I don't have to think too hard. Just get it done. What kind are you? Intensity. Okay. Get that going. Get that going. Intensity. Harmonious. I think just spam it. Yes. Bang. Yeah. Easy peasy. Thank you for the 3 craft. Okay, what else do we have? Pearl Rose. That's a thing we need to grow. Travel to Mountain View Pass. Go to the outpost and deliver pills. We have. Deliver pills. We have. We need 1 more 9 Mountain Disciple seal. That's in the mine. Okay. Let's go here and get these out of my inventory. Here you go. Yeah, we're in one of those sect grind set moments where we just need to do a bunch of chores and get things done. I guess we could stop here on the way. I haven't managed to accidentally click that talisman yet, so we have that going for us. Okay, 13,000, so we need 10k. It's 5k for finding a single seal. Let's see if we can do that. All right, mine. We have 69. Nice. Flares left. All right, now I think we get those seals by fighting people. So we want to look. Do we have anything? Here we go. Shadow Infested. This might give me one. All right, these should all be like easy peasy because these are all going to be down a realm from where I'm currently at. You blocked yourself with the twisted stuff? Ooh, ouch. All right, give me your seal, please. The beatings will continue until the seal is handed over. You're worth 5k if I do that. I'm really lucky I just happen to have 2 in my backpack already. Man, these guys are not very good at fighting up realm. Those used to be kind of hard before we broke through. All right, blah, 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 the seal. Excellent. Also, this guy looks pretty cool, I have to say. And he's also celestial. Ah, we'll see if my sun is bigger than your sun. Poor guy, he's got little sun syndrome. My moon is bigger than his too. You, sir, are waning while I am waxing. A little celestial humor for you there. Yeah, blap. All right, please give me the seal that I need. Yes. Cool. Okay, get me out of here. Travel. Back to the sect. Not using my transportation, because I'm definitely not going to click that at some point. Okay, 5k. 18,000. So we need 5k more to buy the breakthrough pill. P-Lip? All right. Well, you want to teach me how to do clothing too? No, talisman blank too. Okay. Yeah. All right. No hard feelings or anything. I'm just a little salty. Okay, this is control bonus. All right, do a cycle fusion. simple, harmonious. That's just done. Delayed fusion, a cycling refine, a harmonious refine, done. That's how we do it around here, P-Lip. Are you paying attention? I hope you were paying attention. Okay. And you won't have refresh. You did refresh. Excellent. Okay, I need 5K. And I mean, well, we're not going to learn this because we're not going to be able to perfect it. It's fine. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. All right, these will do it for me. I think this is a great showcase of don't neglect your crafting. Like, I don't know about you guys, but this feels pretty efficient to get as much sext points as I'm getting here. All right, we have double resistance, so we'll just pop both of our delays here. That would be a little too early for a buff. Let's just get some work done. Yeah, we're gonna focus on just getting it finished, not on being fancy. We'll do another cycle because I want the buff. Okay, I only have 2 more actions. We probably... Man, I need to switch out refining restoration for what we're doing and put in gentle stabilize. Yeah, I need to do that. We have so much key left over when we're ending these. There you go. Let's do that right now. So crafting loadout. Oh, hey, we have a new slot. Perfect. A harmonious stabilize. I mean, these have a place, but I think for what I'm currently doing, a forceful stabilize is what I would put on there. Yeah, because we have enough key that this is actually viable now. It wasn't before. And then let's move this over to here. Done. Crafting during the beast wave helps. +1 crafting per recipe and free pills. Yep. I've been doing that the last couple beast waves. I can make it to 3 towns, which gives me 9 crafting skill for doing all 3 of them. Not terrible. Okay. Yes, begin. If we can get lucky and get a perfect, we do learn the recipe for free. I already know this one, but in general, that would be really nice. Oh, what an awkward start. Okay, gentle stabilize, repurpose that key. Okay, you decrease stability costs. I've never seen that one before. Okay, again, focus on just completing it. So give me... Yeah, let's get the going. And this is so efficient. I will do a cheeky little delayed refine just to have a chance. Okay, we're imbalanced. I'm not going to be able to repurpose. Just give me some simple. This sucks because it's just no matter what I do, it's just bad. I think we'll just get our buff up. Simple fusion, simple fusion. Give me back that key. Give me another gentle... Wait. No. Give me a forceful stabilize. That gets us our stability back. Then we go gentle. Now we have a bunch more time to work. Okay, we got to go kind of efficient here for a bit. So give me the delayed. I think we're going to take the key off of that, maybe. Well, no, or maybe we just do a harmonious fusion. So fusion, harmonious. There we go. There we go. Cycle refine, boink, boink. Okay, we have what? 1, 2. We have 3 more actions. We have more because I had a harmonious there. I think we just spam some... Well, we only get 1 of these. Sure. And I have nothing I can do here. Nothing I can do there. All right, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I mean, we got it up to, what, a little over 30%? Yep. Give me the sect favor. All right, one more and this will do it. It's just, like I said, I thought, oh, we'll just quickly grab a breakthrough pill before we continue on the main story. Okay, right into our harmonious. You're another decreased cost. I don't like these decreased cost ones. Yeah, harmonious fusion. Delayed. Give me the key. A normal. Give me a cycle refine. The cycle refine buff is extra intensity. That's why I'm doing that. That's how we're ending up with as much perfection as we're getting. And we do a simple and a harmonious. Okay, we're out of stacks of gentle. We have plenty of this left, and actually enough stability to probably be worthwhile. We'll just pop a gentle stabilize here. We're at 35 still. We're heading into a harmonious. I think we're gonna do another cycle refine. Bang. Nice. Okay. We do have enough actions that a delayed refine will go off, and then I think we just spam it out. I guess we siphon? That doesn't matter. Perfect craft. Excellent. Excellent. If nothing else, we've just earned ourselves like, I don't know, 15 craftings, give or take? 25. All right. Please give pill. Please. All right, we'll buy it. It feels so bad doing this, but I'm not going to wait around for the materials to grow in my garden. That's going to take me a long time. I would rather get the power now while we're working on other things. Cultivation chamber. Wait. Breakthrough pill. Do it. And boom. All right, what do we get? Some extra 9k health, extra barrier that we never actually fill up, but 910 power, some artifact power, 11 key control. Again, that'll make my, and 13 intensity. That'll make my crafting way easier. That's a pretty good little bonus there. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, geez. All right, we have a little bit of time left. Let's at least continue forward a little bit. Let's ask our friend. Hey, friend, you want to team up? Ready to chase another star? I don't know if you're ready to chase another star. Do you still need the needles? All right, you know what? Let's just help her with the darn needles quick. So we could easily do this. We just need to get a little bit of material. You're wandering through the mine to the Interstone tunnel, and a voice catches your attention. Xiaoqi, just the person I need. I need a hand. Yeah, sure. Yep. I'm in. As long as you provide the torches, I'm here to fight. He made me distressed. What debuff is that? Sealed meridians. Gross. Do you think breaking through early and middle realms is too easy? Should it be harder? I think it's fine. I mean, I did do a lot of grinding just now. Normally, I would craft that pill myself. I think it's fine. It's hard to tell. I feel like it's balanced pretty well. I had the right amount of key to do it, basically. I don't know. Felt fine to me. I did kind of power farm a bunch of sect stuff there, but at the same time we were also getting spirit stones and learning recipes and gaining extra crafting stats. It feels good. It feels like I'm making multiple things progress on them. Tale of a Mortal has a breakthrough system, as you know, that can feel kind of punishing sometimes with how much grinding it can take if you're unlucky. When you get to the point where you have to farm the elemental particle thing towards the end of the game, that was pure misery because of the way it worked with spirit roots and the way I was playing. That was pure misery. That was like a 5-hour grind for one breakthrough. That was pretty rough. Okay, we need a little bit of the silver. Am I in the right area? Yes. Yes, resonating silver. I think I need at least enough to craft twice more, so I need 6. The only key that I've seen in this story so far is the key that she gave me that's gonna open this realm she can't get in. And she said something about if you mess it up, find a normal key and I can twist it for you. 7 silver. Okay, that's what we needed for that. Let's just make sure we have everything else. Breakthrough, needles. Oh, that we actually had enough resonating silver. What we don't have is cold iron. Okay. So I need 5 more cold iron. That is a body forging material. Can I buy that at the shop? I would just totally do that if I can. Cold iron. I can. 5 cold iron, please. All right. I think this is going to be worth our time. If we're going to take her out adventuring, let's at least power her up. And we can just auto craft these because we're already done with that. So boink. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, but she needs 10 for some reason. All right. Hey, friend, aid breakthrough. Yeah, here you go. I bought you a set of acupuncture needles. Thank you. I'll put it to good use. You're welcome. Right, I'll go breakthrough. See you soon. Oh, she must have already had. That would make sense because she was adventuring in the mine. And he wasn't. Okay, that's actually kind of clever. I like that. Again, the game's story and mechanics making sense. She's going out and fighting things in the mine. So of course she fought the golden golem and has that piece. He's sitting here and crafting. So of course he made the needles himself and doesn't have the other thing. It's pretty big brain design right there. Pretty big brain design. Okay. For realsies. For realsies. What I thought we were going to do at the beginning of stream. A tight pass between the 7th and 8th mountain of the sect. Intricate formations keep the more powerful spirit beasts from the mountains from attacking travelers on the road winding through it. But the weaker beasts still roam the area, assaulting unwary travelers. Rebel. All right, we need to check our calendar now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, we got time. We need to find the next area, so start exploring. You're gliding through the pass when a voice calls out to you. Turning, you find a familiar blaze of red hair coming towards you. It's Aima. Xiaoqi, perfect timing. I was actually on my way to do a little hunt on P-Lip's request. A few Keshu, and he wants their claws. Fancy joining me? All right. Excellent. They're just up ahead. There's 4, so I'm thinking 2 each is fair. Don't you? Sure. He also needed the raw parts for the fist and the blossom demon. I like that. I like that a lot. That there's a lot of thought that went into that, and not just assign some random fetch quest stuff. I like that quite a bit. I like that quite a bit. All right, I probably should be paying a little more attention here. We are actually fighting things in our realm, although we're 2 minors above him. I guess this is an alpha. This is why I wanted to do those 2 minor breakthroughs, though. This is just going to make whatever we need to do here smooth. We are breakthrough-wise done until we do whatever the weird key quest is. That's just where we're at, so don't have to think about that anymore. We also have like a bunch of breakthroughs that I don't know how to do yet, so we need to figure that out. Probably another mountain if I had to guess. I think we need to condensate key drops or something. Already went through T number 2. That's not a good sign. Okay, yeah, we're blasting through these just fine. You just need the scrolls. Well, I don't have them. Don't have them yet. We'll see. I'm not desperate or anything. I'm sure they're around. It's probably going to be in this higher level area. All right, I think we can just blast this dude. Let's actually do our finisher here. I'm pretty sure we can just blap him. 2.2 million damage for those of you playing along at home. Hey, where's that guy that beat me up a minute ago? I want to have some words. I'm approval +1. When the last beast falls before you, lets out a shout of adulation. Ha! We sure made short work of them, Xiaoqi. You're one deadly fighter. Here, in advance for half the reward. You clearly earned it. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Okay, you want to talk? Sure. What's up? Xiaoqi, I did it! You are looking at a newly broken through key condensator cultivator. Ima says with a wide smile and a flourish. Thank you for your help along the way. You're a good friend. If there's ever anything I can do, just ask. I'm always willing to help. Well, you're very welcome. My realm is too low, so I cannot help her. We're in equal realm. I'm just 2 minors ahead. No, let's do it. I can only do 1 per month. It's probably just worth doing them. All right, yeah, this isn't gonna be hard or anything. Got to get that reputation while you can. Unlike P-Lip, she doesn't ambush me every time I go back to the sect. I saw one in the sect store. Gotcha. I have to try to stay very single-minded when we're streaming, because like we've seen, I can squirrel and just go off in different directions. That is such a good sign, though. That is such a good sign when you just get distracted while you're playing a game and you're making up like your own goals that you want to do and whatnot, and you're not feeling like you're railroaded into something. That is a really good sign for that you're having a good time. Like, I'm still thinking maybe we should go do some more mine. We could do the artifact shard and we could fight another gold golem and help P-Lip out. Like, we could totally do that. I don't want to end on that though today, and we only have a little bit of time left, so I want to see if we can at least explore out the next area here. That's an achievable goal for our time left. I guess I'll ask, since these are most of the people who are most interested. Let me get opinions here. This is not something that's set in stone. So I've mentioned earlier, we have kind of a really busy week coming up. Would you prefer just waiting a little while until some time clears up? Like, it wouldn't be like weeks. It would be like next week I would have time. And we just continue this stream. Would you prefer that we continue this character, but it switches over to videos rather than stream? Or would you prefer that we just retire this and we start a character in a video series from scratch? I'm personally thinking we'll just pause a little bit and we'll come back to the game, but it will be next week when we will have time to do it. So I'm a little torn on that because I'm having a blast. The release schedule is just too ridiculous for the next like 2 months. Okay, getting that approval. Yep. Done. All right, we're still 0% explored. We're looking. As you're gliding along the road in the pass, a cracking, rumbling sound of the road. What you thought was a boulder springs from the earth. Oh, look at you. Oh, diamond in the rough here. What are you doing? Oh, that's cute. You're just gonna do 5 instances of a tiny amount of damage. Aren't you adorable? Now watch, she's gonna like explode and kill me. No loss on that. The mine goes much deeper. What build would you? I'm not 100% certain. I've done a little bit of blood. I've obviously done celestial, and those are the only 2 I've really put any time into. The weapon one really intrigues me. I like the idea of like a really crafting centered character, and kind of like the story we heard where, you know, you're more focused on like combat power through crafting. Pause is totally fine. Fine. Like I said, nothing's set in stone yet, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, Chaos Zero Nightmare is Wednesday. I think I'm going to have to do a bonus stream on Thursday with Crown and Adventure. Dominions is on Saturday. On Friday. I need Saturday to make my Dominions video for the following week, which means the next free stream would be Sunday, but that may need to be taken up by one of those other two games. I don't know how long I'm going to cover Zero Chaos Nightmare. We'll see if it hooks me. I don't have the free time to play a gacha game that I need to log in and grind. So we may just get through the story content, and then unless I'm having an amazing time, I'm planning on playing free to play, so I'm not going to go deep into it. Unless we're having a crazy time, there's only so much story content we'll need to get through, so a couple streams, but they'll need to happen in rather rapid pace for that. And who knows, maybe it'll be really cool and we'll really enjoy it, so we'll just have to see on that. I have been enjoying Arknights a lot, and one of the reasons I've been enjoying Arknights, I don't have to actively play when I don't have time. I can just auto my daily stuff. That is so helpful to me. That's why I had to give up Star Rail. I just couldn't do Star Rail and do YouTube. I just didn't have the time. Even if you only was like 15 minutes a day, I just didn't have 15 minutes a day to log in and grind. What do you need? Why do you have a... I'm not sure why she has red exclamation point, but doesn't want to talk. Okay, keep grinding. Okay, another boulder. Man, we are not getting lucky at finding this next path. Is there a reason to mix, or should you stick to ones who... Some of the schools do have some crossover. I believe that... I think blood can give you the iron shards that weapon uses. And I think flowers also can do some weapons stuff. So I know there's some crossover. I assume it's not at the earliest of realms. Somebody else will have to chime in with better information there, though. I just don't have it. But I do know there's at least some, because people talk about doing pure builds. Blood has early healing. Blossom has healing at second stage. Yeah, that would be so helpful, Edward. When we got our heal, it revolutionized how fast I can grind. Because before, we had to zip back to town quite often. Okay, yep, just more stuff. Come on, come on, give me that explorer, please. We're at 0 still. Here we are. Finally, the tight confines of the mountains fall away, replaced by the great plains that stretch as far as the eye can see. Cutting straight through the middle of the rolling grasslands is the Great Northern Road, a stark brown line that stretches off into the distance, seemingly without end. You discover Northern Road, and that is 100%. The Great Road that connects the Nine Mountain Sect with Shin Hinda City to the north. A constant stream of travelers pass along it, carrying a myriad rare goods between the two locations. How are we doing on time? We are at our time, or darn close. I'll tell you what. We'll go over there. We'll do our lizard fight. Oh, nice clouds. Kind of makes me want to take a nap. As you're flying near the Northern Road, you stop as you notice the ground below begins to quake. Off in the distance is a massive Ma Lingzhao Lord. This must be the target you're after. Oh, look at you. Oh, you got... It's a fanged fiery horse. That's terrifying. That is pretty terrifying. If this was Dominions, that would definitely have Fire Shield. That'd make a good mount. Maybe a magic horn attack and a bite. I could totally see some heavy cav on that. Okay, most people at least that responded fear and awe. Is it awe or is it fear? It has fanged teeth. That's a little creepy to me. Most people seem fine with a little bit of a pause, so that's probably what I will do. Like I said, I haven't really committed to it. We'll just see how ridiculous the week is. I wish I could just spend 100% of my day working on YouTube content. lousy jobs. What are they good for? Regen. Oh, you're a twisted. I didn't catch that. You're a twisted. Okay, that makes more sense. Ekusa says, Babel, watching your streams and vids is enjoyable, even if you start a new character. Hopefully you don't miss Eastern Era. I did download the demo, so at least I had that, which is, I struggled to find it because I had to restart my computer when we had that problem last stream, so I lost the Steam page that I brought up. So, but I was able to remember it, and I did do that, so. Never count on that though, guys. If you want me to look at a game, join the Discord and put it in the suggestions channel so I can actually go look at that. It's very hard for me to remember to do something after stream. So if you ever have something you want me to see, that's the place to do it. With a deft and finely aimed strike, the monster falls. You gained 32,000 spirit stones, 28,000 sect favor. Well, that was very profitable. All right, you ready to talk? I don't know why you have a red exclamation point, but you don't want to say anything. Okay. As much as I just would prefer to keep playing, I really do need to call it there. So where are we at month-wise? Okay. There's a small chance that I may get in and do a little crafting grinding. I definitely will not play past the festival, though, because I want to be able to read all those. And I believe Celestial, which we are in, is our last festival. After that, we'll have read all the stuff, and I don't believe it changes. So we won't have to read the lore every time, which is kind of time consuming. We only get through one festival per stream of 3 hours, so that just gives you a little bit of an idea of how long it takes me to do stuff here. The tutorial of Eastern Era is broken. Oh, that's not great. Trying to contain my impatience for the 28th. Can't come fast enough. People are talking about bugs in other games. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to look at that. Like I said, this next couple weeks are gonna be really crazy. So it's on the to-do list. Okay, just as a reminder, since I'm gonna be taking a couple days break here, most likely, don't forget, if you do own Ascend from Nine Mountains and you haven't given it a Steam review, I strongly suggest that you do that for him. That's one of the best ways you can help a small dev out, is getting on there. And if you want the game and you haven't bought it yet, put it on your wish list. That also is very helpful on Steam. So that's just a little bit of promo. If you do own the game, also hop on their Discord. The dev's really active. It's Lysander, I'm probably mispronouncing, or Lysands, I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but he's pretty active on there, and there's tons of helpful people. Okay, for my end, don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed yourself. That really helps YouTube to try to share it out to some more people so that other people can find this really cool game and hopefully check out more stuff on my channel. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription tonight. I'd love to see you back in chat or in the comments. Always have fun. I mean, that's why I do it, is to hang out with cool people who like cool games. Beyond that, if you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks on a VOD. You can join me live for a super chat. Consider becoming a Patreon or a member here on YouTube. As a member on YouTube, you get early access to videos I'm working on. Usually that's Dominions content, but from time to time, it's other things too. Everything comes out to everybody, but I do try to do a thank you for people as members first content. Beyond that, I do have a Discord also. Everyone's free to join that. If you are a Patreon or member, you can link your accounts and that'll let you into the file channel where I have things like Turn Zero Shadow Empire map, so you can play the same map we played, or the Dominions Island maps that I generated, which are kind of hard to generate. You can just download all those files and use them at your leisure. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm glad we didn't have a second coming of that crash, so I'm going to guess that was just a fluke of something that happened last night, which makes me very happy. Okay, this has been Ascend from Nine Mountains. We will be returning. Wait patiently. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Wednesday, assuming I have the release time correct, for some Zero Chaos Nightmare. Should be kind of interesting if nothing else, even if that's not really your kettle of fish. All right, guys, have a good one. I will talk to you then. Babel out.